Hello and good evening. Welcome to tonight's episode of Loot, Die, Repeat, where a bunch of us schmucks sit around, roll dice, laugh at each other, and do some collaborative storytelling that we like to call Dungeons and Dragons. We appreciate you. I don't think that comes out. Being here. Hey, it comes out. Look at that.
If you pull hard enough.
If you pull hard, most things. Yeah.
Right, Molly?
Well, tonight we are going to be continuing our story, but before we get there, we want to say thank you to the amazing community that you are. We recently went over 700 followers, yay, here on Twitch, and we are looking forward to as many more as come along, and we really appreciate you guys as a way of saying thank you. We have lots of giveaways for the evening, which, darn it, I forgot to make rotating. I will do that in a moment. There's going to be a single set of dice given away. If we get 10 new subscribers, we will give away 2 sets of dice. Alternatively, any dice set winner can sub that out for a $5 gift card to DM's Guild. And I will say that we are much quicker with getting the gift card sent out because that happens via email than through the snail mail system of the dice. But we will get those out as soon as we can.
I like it.
We had a dragon one last time, and so we got a new dragon now that's up there. It's a very cool water dragon, and so when we get cumulatively 100 new subscribers, we will give that new purple water dragon away.
I think it's 90 more, because we got 10 on TCA.
Ooh.
Okay.
I think. Am I wrong?
I don't believe we did, but that's okay.
Okay, then.
Forget
it. It's 110 now.
According
Screw you people.
According to the history, the sub-history, I don't think we got there, but that's okay.
Wait up. Give me a second.
Our sponsor for the evening is Millsman.
Look at that.
You're the best.
We get 90 more.
90 more to go. And we, again, do that cumulatively over time. You can affect the game through the cheering of bits. You can type in ! rewards and see all of the different ways that you can cheer bits to affect the game, whether it be through giving advantage or disadvantage to the players. How many of y'all have any advantages other than Cacophony, who I think has 5 left?
Did you use any of mine last week?
We did not use any of yours.
We did use
Then
both
I
your
had
spells.
I told
Okay.
him. I heard.
He almost
We
punched
needed
me.
to.
He had 3
I have 1.
And we took a long
I
rest.
actually threw things this morning. I was so irate.
at me. I felt them. Again,
Was it like candies, or what did we throw at you?
Reese's.
Reese's?
pelted me with Reese's. I've been hit by water bottles. I've been hit by all manner of
Epithets.
that's objects that you've... Wow, Carissa. So pretty today.
Business meetings, you know. When I open my mouth, it all
Hi.
So we invite you to impact the game and to just participate in
Impact
the
the
chat.
game.
Let us know what you think. Tell us what we should do or how foolish and silly we are. We invite all feedback and input, and we like to interact with you as we go along. So we, without further ado, we're going to do a little recap, and then we'll jump into the story. So our adventurers, now known as the R.A.T.s, those who rage against the storm, have been traveling through the Cinder Wastes seeking to acquire a mote of shadow, an object that will assist them in dealing with the shadowy threat that they have been told is spreading through the city of Brass, a large, very ancient city situated in the confluence of the elemental plains where they are currently trekking. And as they've gone through the Cinder Wastes, a 5-day trek has led them to experience several different of the, well, the dangers of the wastes. From running into a massive elemental creature of fire known as Imix, to dealing with extreme heat and exhaustion and ash storms, to finding a solitary cave that they explored and found a, well, sad tale within. A dark elf or drow family that seems to have been torn apart by something. And upon exploring, found a diamond, which Cacophony recovered, though seemed to have triggered some sort of effect. And as they sought to make their escape, waves upon waves of all manner of spiders accosted them, seemingly emitting from a statue to the demonic goddess of the Dark Elves known as Lolth.
Love her.
Through some
She's
perseverance of the party and use of some resources that they had recently acquired, including a wall of force which Hugo utilized to strategically trap the spiders, and Cacophony utilizing a spell to cause her connection to some of the darker realities of existence, kept the spiders at bay long enough for the party to escape and then ultimately teleport out. And so as you all have emerged, breathing heavily, some of you gashed and wounded, having been knocked unconscious or near about, having your life sucked away from you in the case of Hasheen by some of the spiders that were coming after you. With a flash of light, both Vex and Hugo emerge through the dimension door that opens just in front of the rest of the party, as the cleric Celine begins to take account of the party and the health that they have, and they see their storm giant barbarian adolescent kind of dripping with blood, having been brought to the end of her rope, but not quite down. And Cacophony, the Kenku warlock, kind of breathing heavy and scared, though none the worse for wear. And Hasheen, you kind of wobbling woozily as the blood has been sucked from you in large quantities. You all look back to the mouth of the cave, and there doesn't seem to be any spiders following. The two bodies that you had seen upon entry that were mummified in the ashen wastes, the cinder plains through which you trek, are there and remain a warning to any who would follow in the footsteps that you just trod. Rats, the floor is yours.
Can I make a medicine check immediately
You may.
on everyone? $20.
So you all can share your hit points with Celine. That is high enough to be able to determine how damaged they are.
Do you need percentiles, or can we get the actual?
You can just give them this. You can all give them the specifics.
I feel so called out! It was just a general question.
I thought we long rested, so I already did that.
You will.
I'm
in
such a
short
good
order.
Last episode, I thought you said that, so I did it right away.
I did
and
have
then-
you. I did
That was
have
my
you.
bad.
No, it's fine. It's mechanically speaking, it's going to be fine, unless you guys want to go back in there and keep
We
fighting.
want to go back in there.
More not whack-a-mole!
Yeah, right.
Or
I had you
whack
roll
a
for the
spider.
next 2 days of the journey,
Yeah,
so that I
that's
know
correct.
what to prepare.
Okay.
But you technically haven't yet, so you can all share your hit points with your cleric.
I was full. I don't know if that's because no one entered in what I was supposed to be, or if that was.
No, you didn't get hit.
Okay.
Yeah, you were
Alright.
very good at
We were
wallflowering.
We kept you. Yeah, we kept you.
very
I gave you some
protected.
AC.
Vex in
Yeah.
particular was very
Indeed.
intentional
Oh.
about protecting you.
And I hung around you for the
Thanks,
plot
guys. I really appreciate it. Didn't work out too well for you though.
Well, I took all the hits. I didn't want her to die.
I have 82.
Out of.
armor. 1 billion.
100 and... If my screen would work, I'll tell you.
Not bad.
Thank you for the follow,
It is
McConnor.
bad. I'm
Appreciate
like
that.
I'm at like half health.
Oh, really? Wow.
No.
must be nice.
87 out of 126.
Okay.
Hugo's good.
Okay. How you doing, Shane?
I mean, I've had better days. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
at 17,
Oh, good.
Yeah, he
but
was close.
I was doing worse before. So
That's a good thing I was able to pull you through that door.
it was particularly good because I probably would have died or become, a thrall of the loaf.
Yeah.
Okay, Vexel, Hishin, can you come in a little closer? I need to. You're bleeding
Anything
from
for
puncture
you,
wounds.
Habibi.
As he says that, he's walking at like 45 degrees from blood loss.
I'm not making that noise. I think I have a punctured lung. He pulls out like a spider fang.
Oh, goodness. Don't throw that away, though. I'm going to keep that
yeah.
for potions.
That's the air.
That's
It
an
was
ingredient.
out. Yep. Okay.
Grab that fang. And then I would. I know we're going to long rest, but I would cast Aura Vitality on them.
That's fine. So, Celine goes about healing the party and mending your wounds. And Cacophony, her powers remind you very much of Rika, who always made sure to keep your previous party upright and on their feet. And so you immediately find an appreciation for Celine because she keeps you all going and kicking.
Yes.
Though the rest of the party all have some very powerful abilities, and they've certainly been quite impressive in the short time that you've known them and have kind of sought to join them. You yourself feel like you're growing stronger, more powerful, and you are kind of spurred on and almost not encouraged, but kind of you're feeling yourself inspired to just be an even more capable fighter in the midst of some of these people.
Level up
So yeah, when you take your long rest, you will be leveling up.
Sweet.
to level 6.
She will be level 6 now.
Awesome. You get some really cool
Opposite
warlocky
channels.
things.
Awesome.
And I did not tell her this ahead of time, so you can fuddle with things on the fly if you'd like to. I think you might get an invocation. I can't remember.
does.
Leveled
Yeah.
up? Level 5?
Level 6.
6. Oh,
Are you gonna take agonizing
We're like level
blast?
13 now, right?
It makes your.
Right, did I hear
it
that?
makes
I,
your
I
Eldritch
might have
Blast.
misspoke if I
Oh.
did that. Yeah.
So you see Ray, she kind of like
know how
plops
to
to
do
the
it?
ground in tiredness and kind of like is just taking out her whittling when she sees Divod kind of flash out, kind of shake his head at her, make her stand up, and you see them almost sparring. And as Ray
you
goes
don't-
to
you don't
attack
have 7.
twice, Divad quick hits her in the side with another like super fast
5
attack, and you see Ray fall down, and then he motions her back up, and they do it again, and then you see Ray kind of like try to do it, but Divad gets his third attack in faster than she can, and they kind of do this sparring for a little bit until he finally lets her sit back down, and she'll kind of sprawl on the ground. Ooh,
Oh wow.
I sprawled a little bit too forcefully.
Awesome. Yeah, the ground's like shaking. I'm like trying to focus on their wound.
Please roll an athletics check for your training sequence with Divod, your ancestor who has emerged from your hammer to continue to train you and equip you
22.
and shape you.
I feel like Eye of the Tiger's playing in the background.
Eye of the Tiger is definitely playing.
Ray's humming it for sure.
And-
Although it's Eye of the Knob, it's the blood of the fight. It's a song that her whole world knows.
Of the spiders.
That's right. You do get a point towards your fighter progression. So how many is that for you?
I think that'll be 4.
4. Excellent. Yes, P-Force shaping her into a fighter.
I name clouds.
You look up at the fiery
Cumulonimbus,
sky.
stratus, the wispy ones. I don't know clouds. I take it back.
Good.
I don't know clouds.
Okay, you lose a level if you can't name 3 more.
Seriously?
There aren't 3 more types of
I
clouds.
know it's. I mean, there are, but
There aren't.
Vape clouds.
Boom.
Cigar cloud.
Smoke rings
smoke.
and a good old bong hit exhale. Nailed it. Give me that.
Those are called clouds.
I get a level in druid there.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember those ones in meteorology.
Cloud. Jake's not a Final Fantasy VII fan.
Yeah.
Aw.
I'm an adult, so I don't like JRPGs. It fits with what's that show you guys like? You children like?
Avatar?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's a good show.
I like some JRPGs. Anyway,
I've never heard of it.
so are there any conversations that any of you wish to have with each other in hindsight of your excursion into the cave as a group, or any further training sequences, so to speak, for the rest of this day? For whatever hours of time you have before the nightfall concordance brings the evening to a, commences the evening dark.
When Ray is done with and she's kind of sprawled, she's going to carve a sign and say right on the sign, "Lots of spiders," with 2 underlines, and stick it next to the dead body.
Okay, very good.
Sheen, you got to do anything this evening? I could use a little bit of help over here.
What you need?
Well, I want you to try to hit me.
Like from a distance or like
No.
up in person?
Here, take this. I found this nice stick. I'd like you to try to hit me with it.
I hit him. Immediate. Okay.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
I'm working on mastering the dodge action
Yes.
with my roguish features.
Yes.
like that.
So as you take your stance, roll with disadvantage because he's trying to learn how to dodge more effectively and
You
efficiently.
can dodge a wrench.
16.
You can dodge a stick.
16?
That meets my armor class.
You hand it to me, and I just go right on the forehead.
I say now, I wasn't ready.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
All right.
Let me
All right.
try again.
On the
here.
count of 3.
All right. 1,
1,
2.
14.
14.
You're good,
I was
City.
ready
Yeah.
for that.
All
one.
right, best out of 3.
All right, here we go. Now, I have an idea for this one.
Oh wait, if we're going best out of
Blindfolded.
well, no. I'll just say if we're going best out of 3, I'm getting my dodge, and then I start waving my swords around
There you
as I go into start blade singing.
You're insane. I love it. You use a blade singing.
Do I still have disadvantage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use an advantage.
You have 1
I
left?
have 1 left.
Okay, you have no advantages left. I love it.
It won't hit.
Go ahead. Hit.
I know it won't because I know what his AC is.
We gotta beat 21.
21.
21.
Oh,
or-
Yeah,
yep.
it's low now.
Then
'Cause he doesn't-
22.
You hit?
Hexblade's cursing.
Shield. I got shield.
I swear you're cheating. I hit you for sure.
No, I moved. I swear I moved.
I don't know. Okay.
All right.
Till next time.
Go ahead and roll a acrobatics check.
22.
22 is a success. The DC was raised because technically Hashin beat you, but you learned through some of your failure how to effectively dodge and to concentrate and even to still be able to focus and use other actions while you're still dodging. So that is a +1 to your
Sweet.
rogue class, which gets you,
5.
and you are now rogue level 2.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay, you and I are talking.
So
All right.
I would like
We are?
to.
Sheen, thank you for your help. I
Hey,
appreciate it.
anytime. Can I keep the stick?
Yeah, I believe
It's a
it
good
might come
stick.
it might come in handy. You might need to, it helps quiet someone in our group,
Understood.
Are we like on a short rest or something?
No, we're going to long
You'll-
rest.
We're getting ready to long
Yeah,
rest,
there's.
Okay.
You can long rest in a moment. Any other conversations or vignettes you wish to have?
After you carve that sign and put it up, Celine would walk over to where it sits at the mouth of the cave and unknot the red string that she has tied around her wrist and lay it over both crossed wrists, and then kneel in front of the mouth of the cave and say a quick prayer of protection that she was taught growing up, which is normally used when there have been places like battles or fields where there's been great suffering. And it's just a quick one, but it would be, God of suffering, please prevent the suffering of those who pass by this place and put at rest the souls who suffered here. So it's something along those lines, and that's just the prayer that she's saying.
Please roll a religion check.
That'd be really funny if I crit failed it. I'm gonna use an advantage on this.
Praying the devil.
Yeah. Lol pokes her head out like, say what? You said religion?
Yes.
Okay. One second. 13.
13. You are a little rusty with this because it's not that you have... your experience is in healing, specifically with healing magic. However, there were clerics in your order. And while your sorceress magic is of a healing variety, you are trying to tap in specifically directly to a divine source. And so, as you begin your prayer, it feels almost like rote, empty words. But as you go through, there's something within you that catches on to the depth of the desire to prevent suffering. And the words begin to take shape within you with meaning and not just voice. And you feel like your prayer was heard. And so you too can take a +1 to your cleric subclass. So what does that put you at?
5.
Now you are cleric level 2.
Ooh, this is intense now.
Vexel wants to do 2 things. One of them is going to happen right as we are settling down for a long rest. So first, he's going to probably watch Hugo get hit a couple times. And then he's going to check out this body he has of his. He'll probably step around a tree and peek around for a little bit. If you're in a new body, you're going to be curious, right? Okay, all right. So he's going to do that.
Awkward to watch.
Okay, so behind a rock.
There are rocks.
And he's going to check out this book that he has on him. And so it looks like a spell book of sorts, which he's seen before, but he's unfamiliar with words inside. So he realizes that we have a wizard here who's pulled his book out a few times. So he would like to, when he heals himself from getting whacked a few times, discuss this book with him. It feels comfortable in his hand, like the little goblin was used to it. And he flips through the pages and sees a bunch of spells, but we'll talk to Hugo and say,
Well, you certainly did show yourself useful in there. The scrolls that you used seemed very powerful, yes?
Well, yeah, I'd say they were mighty powerful and came in just in time, it seems. I mean, I would have rather keep them myself and write them in my book, but, keeping the party alive is just as important.
I feel you. I mean, speaking of the book, I have a book here. Well, this goblin person had a book, and it seems to have magical spells in it. Could you use them?
I sure could. I mean, I believe I looked at Helgi's book before, and he let me learn a spell or two.
From what I can decipher, there is some usefulness in here for what I do. Some abjuration, in fact. And so, perhaps you could start to show me?
Well,
So I can be more useful for our group.
I'd be mighty obliged to help you with some of that.
I thank you very much. Well, first, let's start with the first word of the book. What is this say? What does it say?
This.
And what language is this?
I have no
it's
idea.
some arcane gibberish. Yes. But let me study for a while.
Go ahead and roll.
I'll come to you for a question.
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check. Vex.
This is one I'm focusing on with. It is. Whoops. 19.
As you study the symbols and glyphs and writing within the book, after maybe 5 minutes or so, it just makes sense.
Muscle memory.
It just works.
Nice.
You, all of a sudden, it's like there's a clarity and a focus that seems to coalesce within your mind's eye, and you naturally begin to understand. And what you couldn't read, you now can. And what it speaks of, you know. You have an understanding. And so when it talks about different somatic components or verbal words that you speak, you have this intrinsic feel for it. And as you go back to Hugo and look at his book, you now can see that while there are things within that book that are more advanced, you think that with time, you might be able to learn as well. So you can take a +1 to your wizard sub-level. What does that put you at now?
Well, it puts the purple goblin at a number. Is that what you're looking for?
Yes.
5.
Muscle memory. Yay!
Yes.
Okay.
Tis a
And
5.
so as you go back to Hugo and look at his, there's this particular spell that seems to grab your interest. Especially this word, kind of abjuration, that is running over and over in your mind. And it is the shield spell.
Nice.
One that you have just seen him cast as
No, he didn't. I dodged that.
Hasheen otherwise would have hit him in the head with a stick. And and you are able, over the next hour or so, to copy that spell into your book with an almost practiced form, like you've known this before, and you're relearning something that you knew and now are remembering again.
I like it.
Well, I say, young little Padawan, you a quick study.
Well, things do come easily to me sometimes, but this feels like it is some other kind of connection or inspiration. And so, I thank you for your assistance. Perhaps we can work together.
I think
Moving
that would be
forward.
mighty fine.
I appreciate you. For sure.
So I will continue looking at this book, and if somebody else wants to do something during the day, that's fine. I would like to do something right before nap time.
You would like to do something before nap time?
Mhm.
All right.
Any time to look at my table?
Ooh.
Yes.
Examine it some more?
Everybody ready in action?
I'm
We're
not,
about to get blowed up.
I'm not gonna plant a magic bean.
And so you watch as Ray reaches into her backpack
Nice.
and she pulls out
Oops, wrong table. Here we go.
she pulls out what looks to be a
It's got
folded
10 tables.
a folded kind of
Before you said it was like a miniature version.
yeah,
of
it's like a tabletop with the legs that are folded in underneath, and what would be drawers, but it's all kind of like compact. And as you grab the sides and pull it out, it just whoosh, kind of expands outward and just rests in the Cinder Wastes. And you begin to look at these 14 different drawers that are there. And I believe in your previous evaluations,
Drawer 12.
you had uncovered what is drawer 12.
Yes.
Drawer 12, you were able to discern is a dark gray wood. And as you look at it, it seemed to be a sort of like ironwood type of...
You described it as yellow wood with a brown grain. But I have ironwood. So.
Yeah, so it's as you're looking at it in the exposed Cinder Wastes now, at the end of a long day, as the Nightfall Concordance is kind of beginning to take the light away, it is more of a dark gray wood. And as you touch it and look over it, a feeling of emptiness comes over you. Do you wish to explore that drawer further, or do you wish to explore a different drawer?
What type of
Well, this is a little sad. I'm gonna look at another drawer.
Oh boy.
Okay.
You should pick the one that has like skull and crossbones etched into it.
the deadwood?
Yeah.
So
Drawer.
Driftwood.
Caveat. The reason why some of these descriptions have changed is P. Farce and I have. Let me be clear. P. Farce has done more clarifying for some of these things, and so I'm just gonna go. I'm going with his hard work and his descriptions for this.
Nice.
And
That's fun.
yeah. So thank you again, P. Farce, for this amazing table of tables that you created for us. We're really having fun with this.
This one was a feeling of loneliness, correct?
Of emptiness.
Emptiness.
Yes.
In your tummy. You're just hungry.
I would want to examine another drawer before I open anything.
Okay.
We're not in the position.
Anyone
I'm really
in-
tired.
Anyone in particular, or just you want to roll randomly and?
Is there any purple woods out of a quick glance? Ray is drawn to purple.
There was previously when I described. I'm reading through these real quick again. There is a wood that is of a colder hue. It's not quite purple, it's kind of bluish with notes of purple.
Okay, well, that's close enough.
Okay.
I'd like to look at that drawer.
Okay.
Not opening it up yet.
So please roll a...
What drawer is this one?
This is drawer 8. So the first thing I want you to do is just to roll a perception check as you kind of look at it. And do you touch it?
I touched the other one?
Yes.
Then yes, I would touch this.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Celine guidancing me?
Hmm?
Yes, I am!
Sure.
Hold on.
Celine is assisting you, making sure you don't get yourself into trouble as you investigate this.
15.
15. As your hands kind of run across the top edge of the drawer, then down the sides, it's almost as if the drawer responds with a slight delay to your touch, as if there's a kind of a wave that follows your hands outward.
Would it remind me of, like... Because I spent time in the ocean. I had cousins and things in the... Is that, like, the feeling? Like, I'm almost, like, in an ocean-esque?
It very much reminds you of the gentle ebb and flow of waves. And as you kind of touch it and you feel that familiar kind of sense of the waves, you swear that you hear the sound of waves crashing. Or
Open it.
or of an ice flow in the fjords of the deep mountains, kind of a crisp echo.
I'm gonna hold my tear close to the drawer. Does it do anything?
There is immediately a resonance that you sense, which gives you advantage on your investigation check.
For the rest of this campaign, I would just like to have arms out as a spinning, like, lazy Susan, guidancing whoever I run into.
There you go.
Like the Sound of Music, like
The
that.
hills are alive. With guidance.
23.
Okay. You do determine that there is a connection between this drawer, which, with your discerning eye, you think is maybe a blue maho wood. A unique wood.
Can you spell Maho?
M-A-H-O-E. And you discern that this drawer is connected to some plane of water, something that is influenced by and with water and or ice. And finally,
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry.
with that, you get the sense that the way to open this drawer would require you to be in a certain depth of water.
Go figure.
And having discerned that from this drawer, you get the sense that each one of these drawers has a unique requirement in order to open it.
Does it also require you to have had your arm cut off at about your wrist area?
Hey, Hugo! Come here!
Okay.
Do you see this really cool? So this, I think it's connected somehow to the plane of water or ice. I'm not 100% sure. I think you have to be in water to, like, open the drawer. Have you ever seen this, like, magically? I'm not very good at, like, knowing magical artifacts. So I didn't know, like, is this, like, if I open it, are we gonna be, like, transported to the water plane? Or if I open it, is it gonna have, like, some kind of, like, cool magical thing? Or if I open it, is, like, a water monster gonna come out? Or if I open it, will I get to see my ancestors?
Young one, give me.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see
can
you.
see
You weren't,
that
you
it-
weren't in
it
my
didn't
eyesight.
work.
I'm sorry.
Give me 10 minutes or so, and I'll see what I can find out.
Ray, crisscross applesauce, like right at his feet.
Now, Ray,
Intently
this
looking.
this takes a little bit of concentration on my part, so I need you to be quiet.
I'll use the power of thought.
Thank you. As I will, I'll cast Identify as a ritual and see if I can determine anything about the drawer.
So you take the 10 minutes, and there is a blinding aura, an array of magic with this desk, this table. But it's not of a specific school. It's as if this drawer, these drawers, and this table is a manifestation of the weave itself. And as the
Well,
weave of magic manifests here, you get the sense of kind of visceral connection points to planes of existence that the weave also connects. And so just as the weave is in and through all of reality, and certain planes of existence have certain strengths and manifestations of the weave, this seems to be a representation of that contained within this table. Each one of these drawers a concentration of certain of those manifestations.
Well, I'll be. You have a mighty intriguing table. That's for sure.
Well, it is really quality made. Whoever made this is like an expert.
Well,
Like, look how the joints, you can't even see, like, the line to connect it. It looks like it all just kind of flows right together. That's how you know it's a good table.
well, let me tell you about flow. This table here is.
You better rap.
Excuse me, Flo.
It's you know, we in the, you know, we us magic folk, we talk about the weave a lot and how, you know, all this, you know, all the things that we're able to do, it's connected to this, the powers that be that kind of flow from plane to plane.
Yeah, I had a friend who wouldn't shut up about the weave.
Well, it's a mighty powerful thing. And somehow your table here is, it's like connected to like all of them. I've never seen nothing like it in my entire life.
You think there's one that's connected to the plane of fire?
Well, it seems like almost.
It's probably that redwood.
I'm gonna
that's a
say
good
there's
guess for it.
probably a good chance because I get the feeling that it's connected to many different planes, and whoever, I mean y'all, whoever created this is just. I'd love to meet this individual because I've never seen so much magic tied together, connected, all the different sources tied to one piece. It's like it speaks to magic from a dozen different planes. It's
Wow.
it's remarkable.
You think it's evil at all?
I have no way of really knowing. I mean, I don't know that we'll know its true purpose until maybe we'll find out a little bit more, but
Oh, who's the what is it? Maestro, the goddess of the weave, who's way less powerful than Anam
Me
is.
too.
Do you think her symbol's here anywhere?
You probably would.
well, let's take a look. Can I make an Arcana check and see if
What do I do?
Maestra's symbol, or if there's any arcane symbols that would
Please
jump out at me?
roll an investigation.
While he's doing that, I'd like to look if there's one that looks reddish.
Ooh,
like
that's a good one. 26.
Roll a d8.
Did you get Connor off the computer?
This one.
There
This one we immediately-
are no
Yes.
Okay. Go back and edit.
runes or inscriptions of any sort.
Go to your-
Each drawer is very unique, however, and it is. The more you study it, the more intricate it is. And you get the sense that there is so much that you can learn, but you need to really be intentional about spending some time with it and with one area of it. So just so you're aware, the drawer that you have been looking at mostly, the blue Maho drawer, is kind of on the right-hand side, near the top of the tabletop itself. Right next to the central drawer, which every time you look at it, it's almost like it's blurred or fuzzy, like you can't even focus and concentrate on it. You immediately have to kind of like look away. But right next to that, to the right, this drawer number 8 is there. The drawer number 12 is slightly below that and to the right, just on the outside where the leg is. And here's the really odd thing. When you step around to another side of the table, it's the exact same arrangement of all of those drawers. Whichever way you're looking at it, all of those drawers are arrayed in the same way.
12, you said, was to the right near the leg?
Yes. So you move, and your view and perspective of the table is the same.
Same.
What's really weird is if you stand on one side of the table and someone else stands on the other side of the table, you see the exact same thing.
Well, and Hugo starts like pacing around, like going, I've never seen nothing like it. Is this the same here as it is here, as it is here, as it is here?
I think so! This is so cool!
Damn. That's all this is gonna take me quite some time to study, to try to understand what is going on here.
We could study it together!
I'm actually,
Would you want to be my third best friend? It's open.
I'll be whatever friend you want if I can study this table.
Okay. So transactional.
All right. So you spend some time continuing to study the table. For the sake of the time that you're taking here, I will allow you to choose a drawer to investigate.
Red one.
The one that she pointed out initially.
I would look for one that reminds me of the plane of fire.
Okay, or whatever one she
sorry.
points out. Go ahead. That's fine.
Oh, which one were you talking about? The blue one still?
No, whatever one. I would whatever one intrigues you the most is I would have no problem doing that.
I would look for one that reminds me more of like the plane. So I know the blue was the water plane. Now I'm looking for like a reddish one that could be potentially for the fire plane that we could open here. If I know that each one has a certain requirement. I'm looking either like lava-esque or like a redwood. I know my wood. Nope. I know the color of trees. I bring the ranger in. Ranger, you know trees really well.
I do know trees.
Look for a red one.
I also know colors, so like this is pretty easy. It's that one right there.
All right.
It's red.
Is it the only red one?
Roll perception check. This will be the last one we do.
And
with
With how you
this.
turned that around.
I saw Jake's face.
22.
In the very top right corner, directly to the right of number 8.
So number 9?
This is number 9.
Yeah, that one right there.
No, I'm sorry. I lied.
I lied.
Nope. Directly opposite number 8. On the direct opposite side of the central drawer that you can't really look at is drawer number 3.
Pick number 3, my lord.
Well, 3 it is.
Yeah,
So
that
it's
one.
left side near
Top
top.
left set, not the far left, but just to the left of the central drawer, you see a drawer that is a deep red.
Is it equidistant from the center as the one she got water feelings
Yes,
from?
indeed.
Yes.
So it's
Well,
Although it's smaller.
Oh, it's
Slightly.
a little jewelry drawer.
Slightly smaller. Please roll
the same but different.
an investigation check.
redwood?
It
Or-
is.
I bet
Yep.
that's because of Blaze.
Crit. So if you need a number, that's 28.
Pish.
Boom.
So, as Hashin assists you,
That one.
it becomes clear that this is bloodwood.
Ooh, blood.
Ooh.
And as you run your fingers across it, it's warm to the touch. And while the wood is bloodwood, that doesn't necessarily correlate with what your arcane sense is telling you. As you get a strong sense of the evocative fire that this is connected to. And you get the sense that with the crit, in order to open this drawer, it needs to be set on fire.
The drawer or the table?
The drawer itself needs to be set on
Well,
fire.
and
It has a very strong connection. And it's so easy to discern all of this because it has a very strong connection to the place you're
It's screaming at
in.
you. Light me on fire!
Ray,
Way to roll high.
Nice job.
can I try to open this? I think I might have figured it out.
Oh, Lord.
I'm a little weak right now. Would you want to try to open it tomorrow after I get some sleep? Because if it is a fire monster, I can't fight
Nope.
it.
I won't be able to
He
sleep.
pulls out his Bic lighter.
Chromatic orb fire right into the drawer.
Okay.
I have no idea what health point was at.
Let me go to
feel like we should've
table
napped.
number
My curiosity got the best of me.
3.
You and I are taking a nice
Killed the
nap.
cat.
30 feet
Please
away.
roll
Not
a
yet.
D100.
No, we are.
Who? Adam or
Who?
her?
Adam.
Me. Oh
Yep.
boy.
I'm holding the dodge action.
Same. I've also decided to take a level of rogue, and I would like to take uncanny dodge.
I'd like to be within 10
A rogue
feet
cleric. You never see the healing.
of
38.
all ranged characters.
38. As you cast fire on the drawer, it pops out of its own volition. Like,
Just a little bit?
38, I'll tell you in a moment exactly how.
That's not so bad.
That was rather uneventful.
You know it'd be really weird if like this was Imix's lair.
Well,
Oh, gosh.
if that's the case, I might have to using
Here
that
we go.
summon 9th level greater demon a little
We
bit
get the
sooner
hell
than
out
I
of
thought.
Oh,
Because
forgot
I
you had
died
that.
like 8 times.
You cast the chromatic orb. It pops open, and immediately a gout of fire erupts out of it and consumes you. Yet you don't burn.
Son of a gun. He is.
As it washes over you, you feel the fire burn. It is hot but doesn't hurt until every orifice of your body,
Every.
Especially.
orifice of your body absorbs it in.
It's inside!
I think that's what they call a UTI.
Somewhere it just looks up.
Ray pokes him. Did that hurt?
His appendix explodes.
Because immunity to fire, that should be fine.
As
so
soon
big.
as Ray pokes you, you get the sense that as a reaction, you can rebuke her
Oh, like
A
hellishly?
hellish rebuke.
hellishly.
DM, how much would it take for me to brew a hemorrhoid cream for him?
Preparation aid feels good on the
expertise.
whole.
Pretty easy.
Okay, good.
Can you breathe fire now?
Are you okay? Oh my goodness.
You also
no,
get the sense that this is not a permanent change. There is a limit to this. Please roll a D6.
6 days. 6 days. 6 days.
6.
Yes.
For the
Or 6
next
hours.
for the next 6 days, you will be able to cast Hellish Rebuke.
That could be very
Please
helpful.
roll another D6
4.
and another D6.
2.
You have 6 Hellish Rebukes over the next 6 days that are yours to use.
Nice.
6 over the next 6 days.
Yep. You can use all 6 in one day. You can space them out. It does not cost a spell slot. It is Hellish Rebuke.
So it's like a free action then.
It is a reaction still.
Oh, it's still a reaction.
Yep.
Okay.
Now I want to really open the water drawer. I want fun stuff.
That's just called the day.
And as you start thinking about that and how awesome it would be, you start to get this wave of lethargy wash over you as the darkness has
We need to move the story along.
That's fair.
I just feel it.
as the darkness is mounting. Vex, you said you wanted to do something before the night was out.
Mm-hmm. But not if you don't want a lot of time to be spent on it.
I have no idea what you are intending, but
Who wants
please,
to tell a story?
please.
We're around the campfire.
So yeah, while you guys are playing with furniture, Vexel will be putting together some resources from around to build a fire. He says,
Well, when you're done playing with your toys, if you could come over and join me, I'd like to tell you a story.
Story time?
he walks in the door.
It quickly makes you forget the table.
You didn't
fold it up.
you didn't see it, but in the cave he was collecting parts of spiders that were pretty meaty, and he'll put them down next to the fire.
And he'll say, Listen, the fiasco that just occurred in that cave, makes it very clear to me that I am necessary in this party. For many of you would have died if I were not there.
We're really strong.
Yes, thank you.
And so I have
Yeah, whatever.
realized that Yggdrasil has sent me here on purpose. This is no mistake. And so I want you to know me as much as my patrons knew me. And so I'll tell you a story, and perhaps you will learn of me through it. Yes, relax. I'll make you some food for the morning, and we'll be all ready to go tomorrow. And so, imagine this: a young lad grows up in town, and he he learns from the elders around him, cooking food,
And all the while, he's moving the logs around, the sticks around, and the charcoal to make sure the fire doesn't get too big. And he's putting the spider legs on sticks, and he says,
and he didn't know what to do with his life, but an opportunity arose. An opportunity to really better himself and make his family proud. And so an organization that certainly performs tasks that are unmentionable but necessary sometimes, a spot opened up, and he attempted to apply himself. Now this organization, the Black Dogs, they were called, they utilize methods that, well, roguish types use, okay? Poisons and whatnot. So being around the kitchen, learning how to cook and making drinks and foods, and he kicks Hashin as his eyes close, as he rotates around the fire.
I was up, I swear.
And he says, well, in order to join this group, this young man, he was tasked with utilizing those tactics. Poison, that is. Unfortunately, the target was missed. Children were playing in the area and indulged. And so the poison took hold. And I am ashamed, yes, but there's no sense in hiding your past if you really want to move forward. So those children ceased to live. Yes. Regrettably, it became a period of my life where I indulged
In killing
a lot
children?
in beverages that have the alcoholic content, and some of those special mushrooms that are around, and the paper tablets made underground. Those are fun, yes.
They're all right.
So for years, I wandered away from my family, and I found myself. Well, I'm sorry. This character found himself. Yes, it's me, of course. Found himself. More like an outcast that he created himself. And this was not in Midgard, but he wound up in Midgard through a drunken stupor sleeping next to a tree. And I just wanted to give you some insight into my past. I am no perfect man, and none of us are perfect people. Are you perfect? Have your previous characters been perfect?
Yes.
Oh, yes, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, without hesitation.
And so, if you're looking for me to be that wise leader and that which you can look up to, I am not that.
As Hugo looks down at him.
Yes.
I am not that.
But my story will continue. I will tell you more of my story. But I wanted to, this is our first night together. First night together, I wanted you to know who I really am, or who I was.
So there's more detail he goes into for about a half hour while he prepares this food, and he takes little pieces of this dried meat, and it's got some seasoning, and he just passes it out, and he says,
Wait for tomorrow. Did you eat yours already? Here, I made an extra.
Wait.
Wait for tomorrow.
It might be poisoned.
Remember, I said I changed my ways. It was a childish mistake.
Recidivism. is a
However, this food here is in recompense. I now consistently use my skills to better the lives of others, and tomorrow this may assist you.
when you eat it, you have you get temporary hit points.
Oh, cool.
Equal to my proficiency bonus, so it's just 3 temporary hit points, but it's a bonus action to eat. So it's better than a potion.
Oh, timeout. So, like, not now, you mean in battle?
Yes,
or
save
something?
it for tomorrow. Yes.
I'm really
If you
I'm giving
eat
it to you in the morning.
If you eat it now, it will not disappear over the long rest.
All right. Okay. Done.
Done.
So thank you for listening. and I will share more stories if you would like to hear them in the future.
So, quick question. How did you accidentally poison kids? I feel like I wouldn't be doing the party justice if I didn't ask that blatant question.
Right,
Like
well...
you said it took hold.
Sure. So I was working in the inn, in the tavern,
Yup.
learning the ways of the chefs,
Yep.
but also had this secondary task.
You thought you added salt and you actually added cyanide?
No, I purposefully poisoned the food.
You purposely killed
I
kids?
purposefully delivered it to the table of the nefarious person that I was supposed to get it to.
Mm-hmm.
That person stepped away
Oh,
longer than was supposed to be.
that's a big oops.
And little thief children wandering around, taking bread from people's tables who
Damn
could not
kids.
afford, they took pieces of this food without my notice.
Yeah, that do it, yeah. Mhm.
It really messed me up.
What organization were you working for?
The black dogs, he
Oh,
said.
I was trying out. I wanted to become them.
What was it?
The black dogs, like I said,
I missed it.
they were related to my family.
Your family...
My family was huge and influential in the realm of taverns and foods and hospitalities in the land.
Where were you from before Midgard?
Well, the whole family is from Eberron.
Never heard of it. That's not true, I have. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so killed some kids, fell asleep by a tree, came over to Midgard, now you're here.
Some children died due to my actions.
You killed some kids.
Do you know what happened to the families?
No, because I was inebriated for about 700 days post-hence.
That's awful.
It took a lot to not off myself, so...
Huh, okay, so... Alright.
Well, so you accidentally killed some kids. That's a pretty shitty thing to do.
I like how you led into that, like you were gonna say something
like,
different.
Fuck up, pal.
Now, this being said, the situation we just observed in this cave seems to me that there was a family here.
Oh yeah.
A husband and wife and children.
Mm.
It seems to me that something has occurred to this father figure. Perhaps out of his control, or at least regrettably, that he is searching for... I am now inciting a little bit, but he is searching for a way to stop being what he is. I believe in redemption. I believe that all of us can make mistakes, and all of us are able to change our ways for the better. And so, if we do happen to find more information on what happened in this cave, I would appreciate us looking into it with our minds first, as opposed to our spells and weapons.
I do like killing things.
Only
What
when
if-
they deserve it. Right?
What if we get attacked first?
Well, have you ever heard an eye for an eye?
I think some guy named Hammurabi said that.
Well, I say to you,
Go ahead, hit me, Jesus.
I say to you that perhaps we could show compassion. And instead,
Let bygones be bygones.
I don't want to have to do a citation at the end of this, okay?
Unless they're the stinky cloud giants. They're the worst.
So, my thought is this. If we give everyone who has a choice,
Besides cloud giants.
and try to sway them towards the good and the redemptive path, we will have more allies than we had prior. That is a fact.
So,
He's
like-
absolutely right.
Are you saying we should have talked to the spiders?
I think that's what he's saying.
No, listen, there are certainly beings who do not have the capacity for good
Goodness.
actions.
How do you
Or
divine
mercy.
that?
We don't. We communicate.
We communicate. So,
Sure.
them attacking us isn't line
Have
of
you ever come
communication.
across a spider
Yeah.
who decided to save a baby falling from a house window?
No.
Can't
No.
say that I have.
I have never, and I've never talked to one that has decided to do good things in its life. This is what I'm saying. However,
Okay.
if all of those spiders were halflings, or yes, halflings that looked frightened and were attacking you in response to you entering their home,
Yeah.
do you think you would have immediately attacked and killed them, or would you have attempted to say, "Oh, sorry about barging in"?
I can tell you without a doubt.
You would have killed
I
every
would have
single one of them.
slaughtered every one of them and felt good about it.
Okay, then you.
I'm joking. I wouldn't have let them see me.
So I mean, it's almost like you,
You
would
would've
like
left one
cast
alive.
that that poison cloud in a room of people that are hiding to try to because they didn't know you were coming in.
Yeah,
Kind of
like something like that.
something like that.
It probably has been done.
It probably has been. No, I mean that's actually a very, it's a good tactic. You smoke them out.
Very, very effective.
So you all continue to have a playful conversation, a bit at Vex's expense, though Vex kind of takes it in stride. You get the sense that he's, in large part, exorcised his demons, though a part of him, of course, deeply regrets what happened. Which you don't even need to roll insight. You get the sense that's why he's sharing the story. It's a sort of self-penance to just put out on the table immediately
Mm-hmm.
that he's done some bad things and he's seeking to make amends without actually saying those words.
Mm-hmm.
And so one by one, by the warm snapping of the fire, sleep takes you. To cacophony.
Yes.
Sleep finds you fast. It's been exhausting. And as you kind of look around for a perch, you don't really find any in this particular area of the Cinder Wastes. It's rather flat and rolling ash-covered sands. So you just kind of hunker down in the midst of your new friends, and you're just a little uncomfortable. And a lot of your things are missing, though you've added some new ones.
I have.
In particular, that diamond, which was so shiny. And you
That
start
was a good find.
you start questioning, like, what? Because you kept it, right?
No, I've
You-
got
you
it.
gave it to Celine.
Yes. Okay.
You start questioning. That's what I thought.
We
Start
took that from
questioning.
you while you weren't here.
Why?
Oh, all right.
Why did I give it to Celine? That's strange. And you kind of fall asleep with this thought noodling around in your mind. And that thought doesn't leave you. As your eyes kind of open, and you're sitting in a room, or rather perched on the edge of a canopied bed. And there is no ceiling, there are no walls, but there is a very large mirror that is set up. And your eyes find it. And it reflects you. And as you sit there looking at it, it moves in a way that you don't.
My reflection.
Your reflection.
Okay.
And it just looks at you and smiles. and you immediately get
Oh
the
boy.
sense of the mirror you saw previously in the tower.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
So I'm not. Am I still like in the waste, or am I somewhere?
You are
Like I don't
perched.
see everybody
You don't
else.
see
I just,
anybody
okay.
else. It's
in a
just
dream.
it's empty, but for this bed that you are perched upon
Okay.
and this mirror that is there.
Hello? Where did everyone go? I don't see anybody. This is-
hello?
Oh
I'm
no.
here.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh dear.
Are you me?
Hmm.
I'm confused.
Do you want me to be?
I don't know.
You don't have to be confused.
Okay. Where am I?
You're dreaming.
Oh, well that's good. Okay. Can I just wake up then?
Fair question.
Not yet.
What does that mean?
You gave our diamond away.
Oh no! I shouldn't have done that. I know. I know. I can't stop thinking about it.
Don't you know it's better to keep than to give? Always?
Well, maybe not always, but yes.
No, there you go again.
A lot of the time, yeah.
Stop. Don't do that.
You never know when you're gonna need something.
Exactly. There she is.
I can just ask for it back. They're
No.
my friends now.
Just take it back. You're good at it. We're good at it. I'll help you.
I don't know. I don't know because I don't want to get stuck here.
Oh, we won't
the
be stuck
waste.
here. I'll help you.
But aren't you me?
Yes, I'm the best part of you.
Mm,
I wish I knew this was happening.
I think I'd rather ask.
Ask
I think
who?
I'm gonna ask Celine for it back. I don't want to just take it.
It's easier. Just do what we've always done.
But now I have friends. I didn't have friends. Now
Get
I
outta
have
here.
friends.
Can you block
I
him?
don't want to lose my friends.
Time out.
This will help us make more friends.
I don't think that's how it works.
Oh, it is.
How does it work?
Well, diamonds mean wealth. Wealth means power. Power means lots of friends that we can control together.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm really interested in power. I think I just like my things and my friends.
It'll be the power to have so many things and to collect so many friends and to put them in their place in our little nest.
I think I'm just gonna try and wake up now.
Roll a wisdom save.
I roll over in my sleep and hit you and guidance you.
Are you still spinning?
It doesn't matter.
No, demons covered.
14.
You do get my +5.
Really?
Uh-huh. Cool. We're all around the fire, right?
You do have an advantage if you have 5, I believe, if you care to use it.
I do.
Not much. Nope, same roll.
14
+5.
plus 5.
Yeah, 14 plus 5.
All right, we'll
19.
say you're within 10 feet. Certainly. You just smile back at yourself, or rather, yourself smiles back at you. Says,
Okay.
"We're strong. You're strong. We can keep talking if you'd like."
I think I'd rather sleep. I know I'm strong.
Is it just me or do his eyes look very...
Oh, what made you think that Steve the Visp? Did that give you that impression of unfriendliness?
creeping me
Good
out.
night, Cacophony.
The worst I've ever seen him.
Good night, Cacophony.
Yes.
Oh.
Good night. And you wake. It's still dark.
I hope you have
Okay.
the diamond in your hand.
I hope I don't.
You look around at your friends, and they're all asleep. Your heart is beating faster than you would expect upon waking,
Okay.
That's better.
and you quickly realize that both your hands are clutching the diamond.
Yes!
Dude,
I love it.
I'm not even gonna roll.
And Ashin's hand is in your bag.
Oh, retroactively I cast Guardian of Faith.
What do you do now?
So I'm gonna look around and one more time and see if anyone's
Wait, she took your diamond?
watching or noticing.
They're all unless someone took a watch. I didn't ask you.
I did. Plot twist.
I don't actually have to sleep, so...
You got pickpocket 100 in Skyrim.
I would
What's going
assume
on?
since we're in such a wasteland, someone would be.
Yeah. So who would have taken the watch?
If he doesn't need sleep
Who can see at night?
and can see at night.
Oh, you have
Oh,
double
so-
sight. Contractually.
Oh, no.
You do have Devil's Side contractually.
I will take you to court if you
Hey,
It was in
helps
your
me
offer
out.
letter. Vex does not see you wake.
Okay.
I'm not watching any people.
He is up on a nearby crest of what would be a ashen dune, cinder dune, and you see him clearly with your dark vision, silhouetted against the darkness that has been unfolded within the confluence. But otherwise, no one around. Celine is next to you, sleeping soundly.
Okay.
I wish my friends were nice people.
Okay,
is everyone
Okay,
cursed?
Marishka.
So if no one saw, I will put the diamond in my bag.
Love it.
I don't want to wake anybody up, and I really don't know what I would say to anyone anyway.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna.
Do you fall back asleep?
I do.
when you're killed.
Okay.
Yeah.
You fall back asleep.
I
and
will. It'll
This is
haunt
some
me
good
forever.
story development. Lean in.
And there is no further dreams of note.
Okay.
As you sleep through the rest of the night, and you all rise, Vex has cooked you a yummy little meal, and you continue on through the day.
How much of my potion do I have left?
None.
I think we said you were around half.
Mm-hmm.
So each day is
Okay.
that ticks by is diminishing that. You go through the day, and it's hot as usual. The sweat beneath your armor and clothing quickly begins to build up as you go along the Cinder Wastes. And as you're moving, as you're going, the wastes begin to take on a bit more rocky complexion. As you're heading in a southerly direction, you know that the confluence is sort of angled the further south you get, to where the elemental plane of air to the east and the elemental plane of earth to the west meld together with the elemental plane of fire to the north. In this triangular kind of confluence, further expressions of earth begin to emerge, and you also notice that the wind begins to get a little bit more tempestuous. It's the wind that seems to mask the approach of several figures that, as you're walking, appear in the distance, maybe about a couple 100 feet out, they seem to appear for a moment. They look humanoid in nature. Although in the heat and the whipping ash, it's hard. It's almost mirage-like in terms of how they appeared. You can each roll perception if you care to.
Ray immediately makes sure the tear is well hidden because she's afraid it's the Kandine.
Very good.
20.
17.
17.
And natural 20.
What am I rolling? Perception?
Yep.
As you roll,
21.
21. Anyone above a 20? Did you roll Cacophony?
I didn't. What am I rolling? Sorry, I was catching up on chat.
That's okay. Perception.
Are you saying above 20 or 20 and above?
20 and above.
Okay, cool.
20 and above.
21.
Okay.
Nice.
Cacophony, you don't know what these are. They look like big, red men.
Oh no.
Hugo, Celine, Hasheen, you know that these are 3 Ifrit.
Ooh.
3 fire genies. You also know
I cast Fireball.
from your history that there are patrols of Ifrit
Oh, good thing we have our rite of passage.
that go through the Cinder Wastes, checking in on the comings and goings, the traders, the happenings there, that report back to the Sultan. You can roll a history check for anything you might know beyond that.
Crit.
Nice.
25.
Did you roll a 21, Vex?
I did.
You also see these red men, and while you don't know this context from the confluence of planes, you are aware of genies or elemental people, and these strike you as that of the fire variety.
Cool.
You rolled a natural 20. What was your history?
28.
18.
18. With the, what's your total for the natural?
25.
25 and the 28. Each of you are aware that these particular soldiers have the black garb of with a kind of a orangish flame in the chest and the back, as you kind of are able to see with that sort of clarity, of the Watchfire Legion. The Watchfire Legion makes sense. They are the Ifrit. They're not common soldiers. They're not common foot soldiers of the Ifrit, like a common genie. They are a stronger, more powerful genie that is sent out from the garrisons that are around the Cinder Wastes to investigate specific things.
Okay. And you said there's 3 of them.
And there are 3 of them. You know, with your high rolls, that they never go by themselves. These are, Ray, you're able to tell, these are not the same types of Ifrit that captured you and took you to, or teleported you to the Octagon within the City of Brass, the fighting arena. These Ifrit are more specialized than that. They look around for a moment, and then you watch as they disappear once more. What do you do?
They're coming.
Yep, they're about to be here.
Yeah.
All right, everyone be peaceful.
What's our story?
Do not provoke.
As you say that, there's a all triangulating right around your party.
Hey, guys.
Well, howdy, y'all. How
Hello.
you guys doing out here today?
Can I react?
You may.
I would like to focus myself and put my arms out like this and use Channel Divinity to give myself the Emissary of Peace, which gives me a +5 to persuasion checks for the next 10 minutes.
Okay. Very good. The two that are flanking to the right and left of you, think of a kind of triangle pointing down. So they're at the top of this triangle to the right and left of you. They cross their arms, and their flaming, fiery hair kind of billows back. Their skin almost boils with heat. The various shades of red that each of them have, the classic colors of fire genies. None of them wear any sort of turban or anything like that. None of them wear any of the classic jewels or gold that a Efreet of the city would typically wear to show off their wealth and status and stature. There's no sign of any sort of house that they belong to, as many Efreet would wear markings of their house. They seem fit for action, and each of the three has a very long, serrated scimitar that is strapped to their side. And their appearance a moment later ends with their feet no longer being wreathed in flame, but actually taking physical form, and they stand there before you in the Cinder Wastes.
Cool.
The one at the bottom of the triangle does not have his arms crossed. Has his hands on hips and leans in with a slight smile and speaks in a deep, commanding, booming voice. And who are you?
Well, we are just a group of weary travelers on our way to Monkfat's tomb to pay homage.
To the tomb
That's roughly where we're trying to go. We got turned around a bit.
of the peasant.
Some call him that, yes,
Why?
to pay homage.
Why?
Why do we
To a
want
peasant like Mokfat.
Well, you see, this one here points to the bird person.
Hi.
We're boned.
It's nice to meet you.
She's never heard of him, and we were saying, like, hey, he's so pathetic, but they built this mausoleum for him. It might be nice to go check it out, and maybe you'll like him. Some of us like to pay homage, some of us just like to look at the weirdos who...
Well,
Roll a persuasion check.
I mean, some of us just want to make fun of those jackasses
That's
for
what I'm
actually
saying.
you walk in
Yes.
there. I mean, I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Ugo knows.
Oh,
Ugo knows.
That's right.
Who is this peasant, Ugo?
Well, I mean, if you know who I am, I mean, well, I can
We
understand
know
why.
the champion of the arena.
I know. Well, thank you. It's.
I mean, hey,
I mean, I know that you would not know this gentleman. He's does not have the prestige that I did in the arena. But I assure you, he is quite remarkable in his own right. And from a
What's your persuasion?
distance,
no!
from a distance, he's rather deadly. And plus
do I get an advantage because he's
He's-
helping me?
he's funny as hell, and he just makes traveling a whole lot more enjoyable because.
That's me.
It's really easy to poke fun at him and just it makes traveling not so boring. You know what I mean. You guys are out here just wandering around, and sometimes it just plain out sucks, and you need some entertainment.
Out of deference for the champion, we have not killed you. Yet.
Thank you.
I will ask you again.
Yeah.
I know who you are. But who are you? Who are you?
Oh,
the writ.
Yes,
The
yes,
writ.
absolutely.
Show the writ.
I'm just going to grab a writ of passage that we were granted.
It's our name.
He takes it in two fingers and kind of
How big's this guy compared
About
to us?
15 feet, each one
Oh,
of them.
okay, so I was like tippy
Yeah.
toes.
Damn.
Mage hand to
As
get it up.
soon as they landed, now knowing that they're that tall, Ray goes on her tippy toes and she's looking at the two guys not talking, and she wants to try to perceive if they're about to attack us, and she would like to be ready for that.
Roll a perception check, or more accurately, insight.
Ooh, that's bad. Give me a second. 10.
Hard to tell. They certainly seem ready for action, though the way that their arms are folded is not inherently aggressive.
Ray kind of mimics them, but on her tippy toes.
Good job, Ray.
You notice that one of them kind of gives you a side glance and a bemused, mocking grin crests its face. These rats.
Oh, well, it's an acronym. It's Rage Against the Storm. It was a lot of letters, so they condensed it
Yeah.
to an unfortunate.
We had like
Shortening.
26 characters.
It was humoring
Who
the young one.
issued this writ?
Oh, I believe the Mad Wizard.
Greer.
Do you serve Greer?
I wouldn't say we serve him, no. No, I wouldn't say that.
Whom do you serve? What house do you belong to?
I think the others should answer that question.
Are there any marks on my body? If I have half
Yeah.
breastplate,
Yeah, you gotta
then
come
I
up
would
big
have
here.
a fire emblem on me somewhere, right?
You do have the brand of. You wouldn't know this,
No, I do. I have no idea.
but your body does bear just above game. Your body bears the brand of the Ember Hearts.
Is it visible?
Yes, it would be on the inside
This
of
is
your
how
left.
I was standing. Emissary of Peace.
And also,
Remember?
you did examine your body. You said that.
You know about
But
it.
I wouldn't know what that is.
You wouldn't know what it means, but you do
But
know.
I
it's-
did say
you
I was
do know
standing
it's
like
there.
this.
You are standing there like this. You haven't spoken up yet. They've been talking, so that's where the attention has been.
Mhm.
Plus, you're much smaller compared to ever them.
Prove it.
You'll go out
Well, a
yourself.
lot
Well,
of us got brought together, so there's no unified servant happening. But I worked with the. What's the church's name? I'm blanking on it.
Church of the Lightbringer.
Okay. I actually worked with the Church of the Lightbringer in the past for healing in the city of Brass.
She was in the pits.
It's true.
We all were.
Then everything went insane in the city, and that's how we found our way out here.
What do you know of the Shadow Insanity?
Of the Shadow Insanity?
Aye.
Well, we were saw all in various locations. Maybe some who came later weren't there, but we saw some sort of explosion within the pits, and it was like the fighting arena almost disintegrated. And it was just bursts of shadow, and we obviously weren't there for very much longer afterwards,
They
but it
flew
looked like
into the crowd.
chaos.
You were there
Oh,
We
we
did
were.
for
see
the
it.
Genesis?
Oh yeah, we killed the Silver Mask.
Yeah.
Or that thing.
I mean, I know that comes at no surprise that I led that charge, but, you know,
We were
The
all...
Genesis of what?
The Shadow.
Is he saying that positively, or like I hate that thing?
He
Roll an
definitely hates
insight
that
check.
thing.
yeah.
I
Pretty
know,
sure
but who
it's a
knows if
cost
it's already
in the
taken
city.
over the city or something. Look, all I'm saying is
Looking
if the
for the
benefits
shadow
were
mode,
better.
too.
I'm gonna spend a sorcery
I
point.
don't think you
to
guys
read
told
it.
me what happened, so
No, not yet.
I'm not quite sure
yeah, we don't.
what's
we
going
both
on
don't
either.
know.
I'm just kind of
Okay,
smiling.
well that sucked. Insight. 9.
Hard to tell.
Yeah, okay.
So, Batal. I was a Batal. She was a healer. Batal as well.
What house, Batal?
You're going to hate it, okay? But just understand, I'm not a big fan of his either, okay?
Going to hate it.
Alright?
I love the
You are
attitude.
shaking your head like this,
Yeah.
right?
But listen, okay? Like, don't hold this against me. It's like forced servitude, alright? Mango bar. Yeah, but agreed.
Does your spit
Roll a
land on your foot?
roll a deception check.
Could really use a. What'd you say?
Advantage?
Yeah. It's cocked.
Aren't you good at deception?
I-
You're charisma, right?
I am. These are the two ways I built my character.
Can I give you an advantage?
Go for it.
All right, I'll give you an advantage.
I rolled another 1. She's giving me an advantage.
What are you down to, Cacophony?
4.
43.
All right, I'll allow it.
Okay, while he's talking and I see him obviously nervous, could I try and interrupt?
He just rolled with advantage, but
Damn it.
11.
he looks at you
That's
very, very warily.
Yep, but tall.
Mengobar,
Yeah,
going to Mukfat.
yeah. He told me not to go there, and guess what? I'm going. That's how much I care.
Machine. We're going there.
House.
I mean, I am the champion. You know exactly what house I served.
So you fought 3?
I fought free. I fought of my own volition. I chose to fight in those pits just for the sake of honor for a house that I grown to like.
Little purple thing.
Vix here. I believe. Can you come closer, Vix, please?
Sure.
Can you?
Wait, sure. Can I just ask a question? Are we breaking any regulations
As you're
here?
asking that question, he reaches over and his hands are very hot to the touch. And he just lifts up your left hand.
He just raise him in the air.
And you're hanging by it as you
Yeah.
bring it for.
You
Drops
see that?
you.
Yep.
Emberheart.
Yes. Vix Emberheart. But tall.
What of... He looks over at you. And he scoops you up from under the ash. And he holds you in the palm of his hand.
Does a diamond fall out of her pocket?
That's hot. You're hot. Ouch.
Roll seduction. Yes, this is our end.
Oh, baby.
Genies
Hello.
like bird people?
Are you part of a house? Are you Batal?
I don't know what that means. No.
She's new here.
She's
She was
new.
brought here accidentally.
Ah. So then I can claim you for mine.
No. I mean, she's with us.
I'd prefer if you didn't. Thanks.
She's a nice lady.
You must earn your free state here. What have you done to earn it? And you too, whelp.
What about the R.A.T.? They're part of the R.A.T.s. Both of them.
You said you don't serve Greer,
No. Per se.
so his protection does not extend.
I do.
Oh,
I never
excuse
said I
me.
didn't.
Excuse me. May I ask a question of you?
1.
Well, I wasn't expecting to be limited.
Give him time. He's got the thing.
He goes, just
However-
one? That's it.
However, first I'll make some statements. We are currently traveling to the location my friend here
Okay.
mentioned for alternate purposes to what he has mentioned. However, we have just recently come from a location of something that if you are patrolling these areas to keep the peace, you may want to check out.
Oh, that's a good point.
Absolutely. That
Yeah.
was going to be mine. Yes, yes, yes.
And so, there was a cave just north of here, right? North,
Did
We've
we
been
travel
traveling
south?
south, right? So north.
just north of here that seems to have been overrun by what I would say is either beastly magic or nefarious magic. If you are familiar with seems like a spider goddess,
It's true. I pull out the spider fang I grabbed from him.
there are dark fey creatures in multitude dead.
You watch as his eyes dart to the 2 comrades flanking you, and they all kind of lean in, listening to you more intently.
And we went in. Well, I believe we initially went in to seek refuge from, well, the we are not like you. Obviously, we have our downfalls of weather weaknesses and etc. And so we went in and were attacked as we attempted to look for items and beds that were abandoned, but what we found were many dead bodies, many creatures of evil intent.
Like so many.
They did not leave the cave. Point, very important point. And so, with our intentions not being to cause any ruckus in any of your travels,
He puts Cacophony down and bends down to look at you intently and listen to the rest of what you say.
I was wondering if perhaps your focus, my voice is shuddering, could maybe perhaps
Guidance.
go to investigate that, because I believe there may be more where that came from.
It was most disturbing. The dead bodies at the front makes me think that I don't know how many travelers to date have been lost into those caves.
As for my question, I do not know if I am breaking any regulations. If I am, I apologize, but is there anything that I can do to allow our party to continue on?
No one travels the Sultan's lands
Oh,
unless they have the permission of the Sultan.
oh, I apologize for this. I did not know, honestly.
Writs are a form of permission if given by one who has permission to give. Greer, who that writ is from, has been barred from his tower for ages. So you have a forgery. And we are ready to kill you unless you speak the truth.
I can tell you this, I have no idea who Greer is,
Should we
but they do.
freed him?
You better measure your words carefully.
Hey, do we still have that Jabberwock's head or some stuff?
Oh, I start shaking out the leather.
I have the talon.
Yeah, we actually fought this
I have
thing
some
at the
scales.
tower. It was guarding his body. We were able to connect his spirit and his form again. Oh, there's a lot in here. Sorry. More.
Do we still have the book? The
You
one?
take out the Jabberwock stuff.
Yeah, to show. We were planning to barter
He
this,
motions
but...
to one on the right who comes over and gathers it all up.
Oh, I knew it. It's alright. Ah, here, you dropped one.
He looks at you and says, "It's that all."
That we got from it?
We got the
Or,
lot.
like, all for the story.
Does
Oh.
not look at you
Okay.
amusedly.
Oh, well, no, I'm just asking.
Wait, didn't we get like that book that showed up over and over again?
The Customs of the Fae?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, yeah.
that
oh,
was
I
strewn
didn't
throughout
make
the
it through
tower.
the annotated sections, but we did get this book.
He plucks it from your hand,
And the writ that he wrote.
which he's still holding.
Yeah.
This is the other one that has a fistful of Jabberwock parts
Yeah.
and now a.
At this
a
point,
book.
Celine just looks reserved. We also got this Jabberwocky knuckle bone here.
Will you stop? What are you doing?
Cacophony, we might die if we
Like,
don't.
on the pile.
And they would be within reason.
Vex feels his pockets and feels some kind of a key in there, but he doesn't pull it out.
Oh, you
Thank you.
You look. They look at
I'm holding it up.
holding up
The talon.
the talon. You broke the curse.
Yeah. And that
Yeah.
Jabberwock, I basically obliterated.
That's
it.
actually true. We were all surprised.
Like, legitimately, I hit the shit out of that thing twice. So hard! Yeah. Batal. For Mangobar.
We're
Maybe
professional.
Ugo keeps you around for more than jokes, huh?
Is that what he said about me, my Sadiq, huh?
And what about you, whelp? As
Ray,
he
he's
looks
talking to
directly
you.
at Ray.
What about me?
Ow.
She's trying very hard to mimic the bodyguards who hasn't said anything on her tippy toes. So imagine like a 13-year-old trying to like imitate someone who she finds very impressive in their statue, but just not living up to the expectations. But this is like, that's kind of the vibe. So she's trying to keep her voice like more level. And you know it's a 13-year-old trying to do this. So
I love it.
It's not coming off very impressive, but she's trying very hard to mimic the vibe she's getting from them. Arms crossed, hand near her weapon, but not at her weapon.
He kind of takes the writ and lets it fold up and just holds it. Do these speak for you?
I am part of that team.
You are
She side glances at Celine.
You are a rat.
I am the ray against the storm.
She's a rat.
If you look at the spelling, it's
Yeah.
I saw that. Clever.
We thought so.
I mean, we are that. Yeah.
So who do you serve?
Oh god.
The House of Yawin.
Who the hell is that?
Do we know that?
I've mentioned my last name before.
Oh, okay.
That is no house in the Eternal City.
I don't say anything.
Could we give?
Does Yawen serve the Sultan? Or part of the rabble that is gathering against him?
Oh, that's interesting.
She side glances at Celine.
Can I?
Tell
Part of the rabble that's against the Sultan. Who could even think to challenge the Sultan?
Yeah, seriously.
What's happening?
Roll a perception check.
Okay.
I'm sorry, a persuasion check.
Gosh.
I'm helping her.
Stressful. Yeah, help
How
me.
are you helping her?
Look confused.
I'm super confused, and this is. I'm aghast. I'm
Right.
shocked.
Vexfo whispered to Ray, blatantly, not trying to hide it.
Crit! Yes!
Tell the truth.
And guidance. So 23 plus. That's a 31.
Just
Okay.
tell them.
Before
Yeah.
he
Yep.
hears your plea. Yes, there are those who make mockery of our king. There is an opposition that has arisen in the chaos.
Oh.
Many factions seem to form
Yeah, we're
uneasy alliances seeking to seize power in the chaos of the shadowy assault.
That's very concerning. Everyone knows that the Sultan's rule is the glue to keeping.
Are you sure you don't know anything about it, Church of the Lightbringer?
I haven't talked to them in. How long have we been traveling? Weeks?
For
Since the
they
order.
lead a charge against the Sultan.
shit.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
good. No, I don't know anything about that because they never really let me talk to them. I was just the monkey for ferrying back goods and healing the gladiator fighters. I had no leadership with them.
Roll a persuasion check.
I'm not.
But not a
helping.
set deception.
I'm not helping you here.
Please help me.
Does House Emberheart have an issue?
That is 23. Right?
23.
Yeah, 23.
He kind of backs off from you.
I'm very troubled to hear that, though.
The houses are in shambles. Some have continued to declare their support of Sultan. Some have gone quiet. Some feign support. My brethren are dealing with these things, even as they take on the shadow.
Has the city closed its trade? I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
if I may be so bold, how far from the city are we?
About 15 days travel.
Well, if there are many issues in the city you're helping with, you're out here for a reason. Perhaps there's something we can help you with out here to subside the enemy.
That's a good
I have no
point.
problem with
Yeah.
helping.
Roll a persuasion
Oh,
check.
thank you.
Add that
Please.
+5, baby.
That's a save. I get to add. Oh yeah, +5. Yeah.
And if we are discussing peacefully, I'd be happy to tend to any wounds you may have incurred.
29.
29. He looks at you. All right, rats.
That's
He
us.
kind of says it with disdain and spits the S out at the end. There are reports of a force gathering, rabble, to the west of here, in the shifting flats,
Shifting flights.
near the wall of rock.
Way over there.
Oh no. We're never gonna get anywhere!
What's going on?
It's only about 15 days west of here.
There seems to be a rebel force gathering and marshalling strength led by Asgaroth.
Esgarov. Have we heard
The-
that name before?
The Pit Fiend?
Yes, Lightbringer, the Pit Fiend.
Who doesn't know? It's a devil ambassador.
Imix seems to be seeking to capitalize on the chaos.
Like sowing discord?
By gathering strength to attack and take the city for which it has so long sought.
Why? Well, first of all, who is Imix?
You met him.
I did not meet him.
Imix is
He
a
died.
fire entity that rebels at our natural dominion over it.
Oh, so you control him.
Oh, there's no way to do that. I love it. It is.
No, it was just a question.
I know, it's just funny.
A purposeful one. I'm not
what
saying
can-
that in
what-
character.
Are you part of the cold ones?
Cold ones.
Is that why you serve mango bar?
No, I told you I got placed there. I'm not from the confluence.
By who?
From my adoptive father, if you must know, from the Enarok Desert. Aloquin.
From Torio.
I'm originally from there.
Hmm.
I'm telling you, no love lost, just placed.
Do they have it? The one that hasn't said anything the whole time shakes its head no. Enough? Looks at the other one. He kind of holds the Jabberwock pelt. Says, "This will be tribute enough."
Damn it, I want armor.
And the one that's been talking the whole time says, "Go kill Asgaroth.
Go kill a pit fiend. Okay.
And perhaps we won't kill you when we see you again next time."
Hey, what about the writ?
Did they take our writ?
Mm-hmm.
The writ is left in the sand.
Well,
Would like to hold that.
I
I've
will. I got it.
Well.
no, I've got it.
That could have been way worse.
Habibi.
Thank you.
Got it.
That was intense.
It's okay.
I
All
mean, Asheen, I'm sure you could have taken one of them by yourself, but that
I
would have
mean,
been
if I hit my smites, maybe.
that would have been one hell of a fight if we had to get ourselves out of that one.
Okay, so
Before you do that, we're going to do our first giveaway of the evening,
nice.
which is going to be for a set of dice that I never actually got. There's a yellow set and a surprise set,
Ooh.
or a $5 gift card to DM's Guild, whichever you prefer. We did get 10 new subscribers, so we will give away a second giveaway before the end of the evening. If you would like your chance to win either a set of dice or the $5 gift card to DM's Guild, please type into the chat right now, ! Persuade, Persuade, ! Persuade, for your chance to win the dice or the gift card. Your choice. Hasheen, please.
So we're like super close to Monk Fats.
Well, I
There's
mean,
Monk Fart.
Might as well.
we're gonna still head there, I would assume.
And
I
then
mean,
and then like we hang a Louis after Monk Fat.
well,
right?
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, this place is rather large.
Yeah.
I mean, the chances of us encountering them again are historically should be pretty slim. But however, with certain powers to be, you never know. But I'm just saying,
But
we shouldn't really encounter them again, most
Ugo,
likely.
You know, if they catch us again, we're all going to die except for you. So
Well-
you're kind of playing with house money here.
Hey!
Well, perhaps we
Did I?
gather supplies at Monk Fats, get ready to go, and head straight over.
I think, and then we see if that mote of shadow is at Monk Fats.
I do not mind taking out a demon.
Do we need to explain to you why we're going to Monk Fats? I just realized this is your like 5th iteration.
We give him the super quick Cliff Notes version.
Why don't have any idea what is happening in this world,
Long story short,
or where I am,
we killed some monsters
or
in the
who
pit.
I am.
Okay.
I released
We'll
other
work on it.
monsters.
We killed the monster in the pit that released shadow demons that have been accosting the town.
Mm-hmm.
We left the town through a various set of means.
You abandoned the people you said.
No, we didn't have a choice.
Oh,
Jinx.
okay.
Yomi kiss. I mean coke. So we
Never had that one.
we needed to get a writ, and we needed to find the shadow of
Shadow Moat.
a mote of shadow in order to stop what's happening back at the city of Brass.
Why didn't we just say that to them? I
Be-
was cautious. I don't really like to bring up moats around people I
that's
don't know.
exactly why we don't.
But
do
if
that.
we get the moat, I'm saying if we get there and we successfully get the moat,
Habibi,
is that a bargaining chip? If
I
we run
don't
into
think
them?
so. I think we die and they take it.
Probably.
Excuse me. What is a moat?
It's like
Besides water around a building to keep enemies away.
Oh, M-O-T-E.
yeah, like a mote of creation.
It's leftover shard of power from when
Like
It's-
say
God
the
poops.
gods created everything.
Yeah. So we have to find the thing that
I
these
have one
things
here.
are.
You've seen me use it before.
This
Born
finds
from.
them, apparently.
So that's what we're doing.
dowsing
We
rod.
have the writ that should allow us to travel unaccosted. Maybe not. We need to find the shadow to stop what's going on in the shadow. Or with the shadow, I'm sorry. But here's the problem. We don't know where the shadow motes are. They're in like one of 4 locations.
Well, and real quick, if I may speak of the meta situation you spoke of earlier with the storm,
Mm-hmm.
if that's what you're heading towards, how does stopping these shadows help this situation?
It may be a stepping stone to getting out of here.
Or if we kill Asgaroth, that opens up the portal, remember? And then we can transport back to our normal plane.
That's
No, we need to go
well,
back to the
What
city.
kind of sci-fi fantasy fiction are we playing here?
Lots.
Oh, it's called Dungeons and Dragons, 5th edition.
Yeah, I think
Sometimes I feel like I'm being controlled. You know?
there's
Weird dreams.
yeah, no, I get it. I have weird ones all the time.
Do any of you have weird dreams?
That's true.
That didn't happen. I
Yeah.
just-
So like there's a lot of ways to get out of here to get to the storm, but we have to accomplish some tasks first.
Wait, wasn't there something in the city we were trying to get to? We needed the moat to stop something.
Okay.
Just the
Stop.
shadow.
There was
shadow.
another
Okay.
moat in there.
what was expressed to you by Zim the Insane, or Zim the
Great
Mad,
character.
depending on who you talk to, was that bringing the Mote of Shadow would allow you to put an end to the threat of the Shadow to the city, which would open opportunity for you to get to the storm.
Right.
At least according to one or two or several threads of possibility.
Not to mention there are innocents in the city. Hard to believe, but there are.
And there's a lot of people that aren't from here that found their way here, like Ugo and me and Bibi and the Tall One and probably you and literally all of us. Yeah.
So I wasn't saying we should abandon them. I just wondered what your benevolent choice was to save them.
It's not benevolent.
If it did not have selfish.
It's utility.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's also doing good.
Sure.
It's
Okay.
just very
Then I'm in.
parallel paths.
I don't know who Monk Fat is, but I presume a pit fiend is probably a greater threat.
Maybe.
Oh.
You should have seen how many of the shadows popped out of this lady when her head exploded. Which I shot, by the way.
What lady?
Oh, the lady with the face.
With the silver mask
You went
face.
there. It was in
Yeah.
the gladiator. pit.
Oh,
The gladiator pit, yeah.
what does that have to do with Monk Fat?
Well, the shadows all burst out of her, kind of like maggots from a corpse when you bump it, and it's disgusting. And
It's a gross analogy,
it
but
is.
it works.
And you should see some of
Her?
the maggots that have gone into field wounds before. It's
The mask wearing lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, and what does that have to do with Monk Fat?
So she released all the shadows, which then started attacking the city. You're reenacting it for me, perfect. I have a light cantrip to give you a stage light.
Please roll performance.
Yes, please. And that released all the shadows in the city, and that caused the chaos. We got kicked out of the city through the gladiator pit
I'm getting
falling.
it fully.
And then we ended up through various channels here, which is how we found out that if we get the moat, we can
Oh
stop
yes,
that.
the moat, which I still
shadows
don't
thing.
understand divine poop, but whatever.
So, the Monk Fat's tomb we
That's
go.
what you said,
And
right?
then we decide from
And then we'll decide if
And
we
hope
want to
they
go
don't
after.
show
Over
up.
God creations.
Did I get any feeling on
Have you
the
ever-
look on their faces when they said kill Asgroth? Did they mean it in like a joking, like you're gonna die, just go do it because it's funny to me, or like
That's
it's an
exactly-
actual
Of
command?
course
exactly
they
what
meant
good.
that. It's
Like they
a
don't
pit
actually
fiend.
think
You don't even
we're
need to
going
insight
to.
that. Like
Celine.
that
No, but I mean
was-
like they don't actually think we're gonna walk over
basically
there and
they're
take on
sending-
Asgroth.
They're just sending you to your death.
I heard a story once, and I told it in my tavern, that in a far-off world named Futurama, there was this little black creature that, when he pooped balls of power that powered the ship that intergalactically fled. Is that
Very similar.
Very similar.
okay? I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
I'll tell that story one
Yep,
time. It's
that's it exactly.
You all do notice,
Dan
except
Harmon.
maybe for you, Cacophony, just because you're not as familiar. And
Right.
you, Vex, you notice it, though it doesn't really strike you. But in particular, Hugo, Celine, and Hasheen, you all notice that Ray is still kind of on edge a little bit, and like in a way there where she's like trying to project power and strength, and she still hasn't like
Bless you.
kind of come off of
Yeah.
that emotion.
Hey,
So
Ray.
she's still kind of just standing there, arms crossed,
What's
just
up,
kind of like
Gordo?
watching you and just giving little quips.
It's a good thing you were there looking so tall and brave.
Do you think so?
I absolutely
trying.
think so. Those muscles flexing for me. Come on, let's see. That's it. That's our girl. Exactly. Come on, strike another pose.
You know it'd be better if
One
those
day
were
I'll be
tree arms.
intimidating like my family.
I thought you did just great. That was very wise of you, how you handled that interaction.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
I was gonna tell them that I didn't serve either the Sultan or the ones, but that the person I served was so above them that they were the
Yeah, that was
ants, and then
that
I was gonna
gone
spit,
really bad.
but then I was like, oh, I should probably look at Celine for some help.
Fantastic judgment.
Because
That was great.
I was gonna spit at their feet. And
That
I don't
would've
think
not
that would have
been
been good.
No, it probably
Yeah, I
would
don't
have
think so.
evaporated.
That too.
Yeah.
But I could. Yeah.
Do you know that actually plays into what he was talking about the last night about being cautious, being wise, and
Yeah, it
not
reminded
defending
me
when
of
we
a-
don't have
It
to.
reminded me of a conversation I had with one of my ancestors who's been teaching me some stuff, and I was like, oh, I should probably listen. So I listened.
Great job.
So you walk and talk as you have this conversation. Or is there any other conversation anyone would specifically like to have with someone else?
Oh, should we, from now on, whenever someone questions our writ, just say we're part of the House of Briere, Mr. Cheese?
I mean,
Because it seems like that was the... We didn't say we were part of his house.
well, everyone thinks he's still trapped and incorporeal. So, like,
And now they took our evidence.
yeah.
See.
Well,
I-
I still have my talon.
The good news is I feel a lot lighter.
Do we not have a way to
Where's my
communicate with him?
I
No.
don't remember.
I don't believe so.
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't there. I have no idea. Just wondering.
Does Steve remember?
I thought we did.
I don't remember.
He said that he would be keeping tabs on you.
Oh, okay.
So,
So scrying.
I
think,
just picture him shouting at an old, like, antenna TV that has Rocky picture
I
of
think
us
our
in that
best
encounter.
bet is to fall in line behind Ugo in those instances because he's a national treasure. And we are not.
You're a national trinket.
Well, listen, now we have...
Well, you helped make the national treasure rise to where he is, and I helped keep him alive, so we've got that
I'm
going.
just saying we should play to our strengths. Our strengths are Ugo.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
we
true.
should play to the truth, and we are now on an official mission to take out a pit fiend.
It's, yeah, I mean...
It's true,
it's
but
an
we have no way of
option.
proving that either.
Correct.
If we tell another party, a different one that encounters us, but oh, they told us to go kill Asgroth, they would laugh in our faces and then we would get fireballed. I agree with you. I think the truth would be better. They're very not trusting people, and if we didn't
Seems
have
like
an
it's all about
explicit
power.
We are
Proof it would
effectively,
be-
other than Ugo here, we are slaves. We have very little power, and we have very little bargaining chips.
Frankly,
Oh.
I'm surprised we haven't run into any slaving parties, but I suppose that they're all called back due to the chaos in the city.
Well, trade is probably...
Well, now you said it.
Slavery?
Now it's gonna happen.
Don't worry, though. Hey, don't worry. I have a diamond right here. No, I don't say that.
No, you don't.
I'm like, oh boy.
Diamond to it. Slavers.
What is
In case we die.
Oh.
You continue on having chit-chat, conversation. You specifically bring Vex and Cacophony up to speed on the story thus far, as they ask questions and get further insight and answers as to what you've all experienced.
Does Hasheen continue to act it out? While I talk
All
through
the
it?
time.
Yeah.
Hasheen continues to act it out.
Oh, goody.
You come to the end of the day as the Nightfall Concordance brings the darkness.
Before nightfall, as soon as we rest, Sammy comes out and he makes me do like those suicide sprints and also working on my speed.
Okay, very good. Go ahead and roll an athletics check.
Come on, level 5! $21.
Anyone? He is kind of watching you, and there's a bit of a edge to Sammy as he's making you go, another. Oh, mama, another. Another. And he seems to be kind of spurring you on. He doesn't say why, but he seems insistent to try to get you stronger. As if something has... Well, you can roll an insight check.
16.
As if something has not spooked him, but just reminded him of your need for strength. +1 to your fighter class, which is what, now to 5?
Now it's a 5.
So you are
Yes!
With everyone else!
you are a fighter level 2 now.
Woo!
Does that mean that you choose a fighting style?
As soon as he's doing another, and at the very end, he goes to attack me, and I do 1, 2, and then a quick side swing, and I complete the extra
Yes.
attack.
You do.
And he is like,
What is the fighting style you're going to take?
I already have a fighting style. That was level 1.
Oh, so you got you got second wind at
Second wind and fighting style was level 1. This is the third action surge.
Action surge, right?
Yep, and then 3
Oh,
is an
you're
arc
gonna
attack.
get an action surge!
And that's what the third
Oh,
attack
that's
was as an action
insane!
surge.
All right, very good.
So I have the fighting style that lets me roll, re-roll 1 or 2s for damage.
For the great, yes,
The
very
rest of
good.
this campaign,
For
you
the-
just.
It's great weapon something.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Excellent,
I
excellent.
love it.
Nice.
All right.
So I have an action surge.
And if we have any downtime, I'll be working on the ring. I don't know if is that what we were doing? I can't remember if we were on downtime.
So you will get downtime, the opportunity for downtime at the Oasis
Yep.
of Mukfat.
We're just getting there.
This is at the end of the day and things like that. I do allow for the potential for work on your subclass.
Okay.
Is there anything anyone else would like to do?
I feel like the food Vex made us was pretty tasty, even though it was spider bits. And I collected a little bit of spider string while we were in there. It called to me. And I'm also feeling rather rangerish that I can create a magical snare. And I want to try to capture some food out in the Cinder Wastes, shoot it, kill it, bring it back to the chef so he can make us some food.
All right, roll a survival check.
With guidance?
Do I see him wearing off? It's
I
only
made my
he's-
intentions known.
He's going out on a hunting expedition. and-
Guidance is only 1 minute.
Yeah.
18.
But for the
18.
1 minute you walk off, you feel very confident.
You don't find anything.
18? Wow.
Cinder Wastes are pretty bleak.
Then I hop in my snare just to see what it does.
You magically entangle yourself.
Upside down.
Sounds like Bart.
It takes you 5 feet off the ground and you're hanging from your foot and like, okay, so that's what that does.
You out of sight of
And
us?
then I
So I was
text
gonna say, did you
myself out
tell
of it.
anyone where you were?
You can get out. It's a
Oh,
dex.
okay.
Sleep takes you all. Cacophony.
I'm going to be nervous falling asleep. It may
You
take
and
me
me
a
both,
little.
sister.
You are nervous.
Yeah.
And you find yourself again on the post of the canopied bed. Canopied bed. No ceiling, no walls, no friends anywhere. Mirror. What do you do?
This again. I'm gonna shake, like trying to wake up. I'm assuming nothing happened.
You don't.
Yeah.
Do you look at the mirror?
I'm gonna try not to.
Try not to.
You just kind of look around.
Yeah, pretty much. But out of the corner of my eye, I'm gonna look just to see.
Roll a perception
If
The
check.
my-
minute you do,
Roll a perception check.
I see you there.
19.
19. You kind of just glance out of the corner of your eye, and you do not see your reflection.
Okay.
There seems to be something white in the mirror.
So realizing that it's not what I was expecting, I'm going to actually look in the mirror.
So you look in the mirror,
Oh boy.
you see a skull, bleached white.
Oh, we had that
The
line already.
long, pointed beak, like a bird. And yet it's not a skull. It's a mask. As you look at it, and you kind of cock your head and observe, it kind of cocks its head and mimics yours and looks at you. What do you do?
Who are you?
I think you know who I am. A voice says without any movement from the mouth of the mask or the beak of the mask.
I'm not sure I do. I'm sorry. I don't think I know who you are.
Why don't you guess?
Are you the Raven Queen?
You are a smart girl,
What?
which is why I have chosen you.
Why are you here?
Because you need reassurance.
Of what? Exactly.
What troubles you?
I'm somewhere I've never been before, and it's hot. And
That's on my stove.
Pure base level stuff.
I have an itch in my left foot I can't reach.
and I'm not sleeping very well because you keep waking me up, and I'm not very strong, and I took something that I didn't mean to take from a friend, and that's probably most of what bothers me.
All this other shit to get to the... and probably this.
After fun.
Let's focus on the end of that sentence.
Okay.
Number 1. You are far stronger than you know.
Okay.
Do you know any other of your kind?
I don't. Not anymore.
Does that not prove your strength? For you are here.
I never thought of it like that. I guess that's a good way to put it.
And not only are you here, you are here speaking to me. You
I am.
talk.
Yes, but that's because of you, not because of anything I did.
Why do you think I did that?
I don't know, but it's helpful. So thank you.
It is to give voice to your power. That is yours.
Okay.
Not mine. Intrinsic within you.
What am I supposed to do?
Continue to move forward. Serve. Be curious. Collect. Gain.
Okay.
And share.
So what do I do with the diamond?
That's why I'm here.
I think I'm just gonna put it back.
You can do that.
Okay.
But you need to know that there are others who crave your strength.
Okay. And what do I do about that?
I love cacophony. It's like, okay, great, and...
And your action item for me is
Be yourself.
Okay. I will. I'll try.
Now, have you decided how I can make you stronger?
No, I didn't know. That was a decision.
We are just role playing your level up.
Okay. All right.
It's whatever that thing you got then.
like
The
some more
6th level
HP would
thing.
be nice. Roll a d6.
Features and traits.
Where did it go? What are warlocks? They're d8s or d10s? They're d8s, right?
Hold on. It's in my brain somewhere.
Go to features and traits. Or the
Right there.
defy death.
Defy death. It would be great to regain some health when I'm really close to death, or when others are really close to death.
Death is such a glorious journey. That is a wise choice.
Thank you.
And the mask has flashes of white light as you fall from the perch. Dead.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Defy it.
Or at least hurt very, very badly.
She's a tough mom.
And with a surge of perseverance and strength that you muster from within yourself, you seem to will yourself back to your feet, innately understanding how
That
to
was
use
close.
this ability.
Okay.
Mechanically, you can read what it does.
So defy death. Once per long rest, you can regain 1d8 plus 2 HP when you succeed on a death saving throw or when you stabilize a creature with Spare the Dying, which I also have.
Time out. Just a death saving throw?
Like
so she
any?
could hit 0, pass the first one, she could use that, and now she's up.
Yes.
Ooh.
It's like an enhanced, what's the orc trait? Relentless, whatever.
Yep. When
It's
you
like,
hop
yeah.
back at 1.
That's cool.
That's fun.
Wow.
Is that once per day?
Once per
Once per
long
long
Oh,
rest.
so
Long
if you go back down, it's not like you
Yeah.
have unlimited cash.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay.
But she can also spare the dying on someone and do that to them as well? No.
To herself.
You,
So
you
it's a
get the
way
health
to-
either way.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Word. That's super cool.
Excellent
Yep.
choice.
You've never heard word?
Oh no.
Thank
Though
you.
It was hip to the
Death
jive when
is
I was a
so
kid. And now you're bringing it back.
Exciting
I
of a
like it.
journey.
Word.
I understand why you would seek to stave it off.
We're old.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Continue to press in to my domain.
Okay. I
That
will.
was good.
Ask your friend about that
Not to me.
12th drawer. And with
I
that,
will.
the mask kind of fades into the blackness of the mirror. And you wake
Okay.
along with the rest of your friends. The next day emerges. You are less than a day's travel, or perhaps just about a day's travel, from the Oasis of Mukfok the Blind. You move with some haste, knowing that you're so close. Again, the rocky terrain beginning to manifest itself with larger and larger protrusions of stone. As you go forth, please give me your marching order.
I would be near the front, or I'll be at the front. Unless you wanted it.
It'd be middle backish.
Hugo would be right up there with Ray.
I think I would be 2.
I'll probably be behind them, somewhere in the middle.
I would be in between Cacophony and Celine.
Quick question. The sharpshooter feat, it takes away the disadvantage. Does that mean on the, I'm a 150 600 on the bow, I can shoot up to the 600 then? without-
Correct.
Okay.
That's nice.
Right.
Cool.
As you move on the map from the east to the west, in the confluence, you're moving from north to south, but for the purposes of the map, you're, as you describe your movement east to west. You approach what look to be 2 or 3 large protrusions of rock. And as you approach the center of this outcropping of stone, the wind whips itself up. And you can all roll a perception check.
Ooh.
Unnatural 20.
22 cacophony.
Mm-hmm.
Unnatural 20 for a total of
No, unnatural 20.
unnatural 20.
19.
19.
13.
13.
I don't know what my roll. I rolled a 19 plus.
So, Vex, Hugo, and
21.
Cacophony. Vex and Hugo, you think you hear something above the whistling wind about you that seems to be reverberating off of this outcropping of rock. Something that as you've gotten close, it seems to be catching something differently. And that echo off of the stone just makes your ear kind of perk up. Cacophony, you hear that as well, and you kind of look out and are able to see as it swoops out of a cinder dune to the north of your position on this map. And almost like, you know, like in Tremors, from out of one dune into another, as if it's almost flying through the air for a moment and then burrowing into the ashen cinder soot. It pops in, and you have but a moment to do something.
Did anyone else see that? Was that just me?
See what?
The big flying thing that came out of the ground and went back in the ground?
As soon as she says that, I hold an action.
What action do you hold?
An attack with my hammer.
I'm holding
Went
an
into
action.
the ground?
About that moment,
Yes.
there is a blast of cinder and ash below the largest stone as landing on the outcropping.
That's kind of cute.
That's my line.
I can't do
And
it.
it dies!
And it dies. I don't like this
Yay!
rock
Maybe,
anyway.
maybe that flat one.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that one. Should have done that before. As it lands before you, you see a dragon
We're in a
course.
kill box.
of some sort. It seems amorphous and shifting. There are two sets of glowing eyes, one further down the snout and one further up. Both of them are glowing a different color. One is a yellowish glow. There is no pupil in either. The second is a purplish glow. There is a rack of red glowing, what look to be spikes protruding all down its back. Its wings that it flaps have almost vein-like striations through them. And as it lands, a cloud of shadow kind of emits around it. There is a large stinger on its tail, and it kind of hunches over the rock as it just lets out a screech at all of you. I need you all to roll initiative.
Does my held action go off or not yet?
You can make an attack if you care to.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll use one of my long range.
Yeah?
12.
12. As you summon one of your ancestors to your side, you watch as Deborah steps out, large shield and massive spear in hand, and tosses the spear, and it seems to just fly through the wispy shadow that seems to be wreathing around this nightmarish dragon.
Looks pretty evil, Vex.
Does this look like what I saw jumping?
Yes,
Okay.
this is exactly what you saw. So,
That's not good.
please, 21 through 25.
23.
23 for Hugo. Anyone else? 21, 25? 16 to 20.
19.
20.
20 for Cacophony. 19 for Hasheen. 11 to 15.
14.
Oof, guys.
Yeah.
14 for Celine. Ray.
5.
Vex.
10.
It's always right. Always.
Okay. As it, as the top of the round comes around, it lets out a second scream of piercing wail that racks through each of your brains. I need everyone to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Plus 5 to all of you.
Oh,
That
28.
That might save me.
Ooh. That's not gonna save me.
Hasheen,
What are we
28.
28.
Wisdom.
Cacophony,
Oh, wow.
Oh, that was
Well, plus
disappointing.
plus 5 plus 5. So
Not
you're
really too
21.
much.
21.
Yeah.
21.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
12.
12.
Is this frightened?
Yes.
Thank goodness. 25.
25.
15.
15. All right.
You and me, we're out.
Celine and Hugo,
Peace, y'all.
you are both frightened into paralysis.
Oh no.
You're not actually paralyzed. You're just so afraid you cannot move. Mechanically, you're grappled. You're not paralyzed or restrained. But you're grappled. You cannot move. You can still take other actions. You also suffer 30 points of psychic damage.
Oh.
The rest of you each take 15 points of psychic damage. As the piercing scream
Well.
racks through your brains, and you each see visions of your worst nightmare.
Oh no.
Hugo, you are up.
So I can still cast spells, correct?
You can. You can also use your action to try to make the wisdom save again, which will end your turn.
Okay. Hugo will,
What do you
because
see?
he is scared or paralyzed with fear, he will cast banishment.
Okay?
What are you seeing? That's the interesting question.
I'm sorry.
You've seen visions of your worst fears?
So, let me describe
that
that
up
for
for
you. Hugo.
Ugo. He sees no one chanting.
You
his
see
name.
this monstrous dragon screeching and screaming. And in the shadow and mist that surrounds it, you see the form of your brother. Your half-brother. Laying on a battlefield with a broken weapon laying by his side. His blood drains forth from him, the dead look in his face staring up at you.
No, it can't be. How?
So you banish him.
A little shrug after.
I like
Hey,
it.
he's frozen.
Yeah.
Yep. And so with
I like
that fear, you reach out and you cast banishment, and I need to make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw.
That
Yeah.
is a 19 on the die.
That will pass.
It
Darn.
is now Cacophony's turn. Cacophony.
Yes.
As you look out at this creature, you see your bag of holding emptied once more.
You're so pissed.
Oh no!
You've already
again!
lived this once before. And so it hasn't paralyzed you with fear because you've been there and done that. But oh no, if it happens again. You are able to take your actions.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack.
Do you want bonus action hex?
I
Don't have to. I'm just reminding.
Sorry, checking something. So I also have this
Yes, the cop didn't put Pokemon today.
Spirit Shroud.
He was very nice, though.
10 feet of you.
Yeah, I'm not very close. Alright, I'm gonna hex
Damage in the plane of fire.
first.
Yeah, but they'll feel offended. How dare you? How dare you?
Here's that. Okay.
So,
yeah.
as you look at this evil creature Cacophony, what are you doing?
So I'm really mad because I really don't like what I saw. So now I'm frustrated. So I'm going to hex the dragon
Okay.
and
So-
then
You
Eldritch
place your
Blast.
hex upon the dragon, and with a
Yes.
kind of explosion of purplish feathers, there is a radiant energy that is now wreathed around the throat of the dragon.
Yes. And then with Eldritch Blast, 12 for the first one.
The first Eldritch Blast sails past its outstretched wings as it just kind of looks at you. And your second attack?
I'm too mad. I'm not focused. Missed my aim a little bit. And then the second one, it's 15.
15. Second one, again, past the other side as it kind of sidesteps it and continues to slink closer to you. Hashin, you watch as you see the dead form of the woman you love more than anyone else in the world lying at the feet of the nightmare.
Is it Celine or your mom?
Your mother.
It's always the mom.
Mama.
Mama.
You've lived this as well, and it sickens you, but you are able to fight through it.
So I will. Little pissed, right? little bit.
A little upset, not too happy. Probably gonna send an email in the morning.
I am going to try out something new. If I can find it. I want to Zephyr Strike.
Woo! Pew 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 pew. Did you fail too?
I have to find it. Okay. All right. So I am going to, out of my ring, kind of just touch my chest, and I see rocks. I'm going to get vertical, as a good ranger does.
Okay.
I now have an extra 30 feet of movement.
So you make your way to the outcropping to your south and scale it. Please roll an athletics check.
Okay. 7.
You catch yourself.
'Kay.
And pull yourself up. It does use all of your movement,
All 60 feet.
but you do succeed in getting up there.
Okay. I'm going to give myself advantage with my Zephyr Strike,
Okay.
and I'm going to then roll.
Give yourself advantage
That's
through.
what it does. Before the spell ends, you can give yourself advantage on one attack roll.
Okay. This
So-
is your actual range, a ranger spell you're casting.
Yes, I'm
Yep.
casting a ranger spell. And
So please describe how that spell looks as you cast it.
So when it comes out of his ring, and when he hits himself with it, rather than kind of the purple hues that we're used to, you get more of a regal-looking green vibe to it, and he's kind of encased in this green glow, which helps him move super quick, even though he stumbles getting up the rock. And when he goes to shoot, all of that green energy gets kind of focused right on his ring, which his bow comes out of, and he gives himself advantage to make his attack.
Make your attack.
I get this one with elven accuracy, correct?
That's correct, because it is not a artificial advantage.
Okay. So that's a 29.
29 hits.
I forgot to
Yeah, seriously.
finger it. I'm also then going to favor foe it.
Okay.
Okay.
And Fury of the Small for good measure?
Why not? Which is another, 8?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't forget that you all have that, except for Ray.
22.
22 damage. All right.
'Cause she's not
As
small.
the arrow pierces into and through the shroud of mist and smoke, it impacts against the leathery body of the dragon as it roars back in pain as it focuses on you now standing on the rock.
Sorry. I also get to add another 1d8 of force damage when I use that too. So add another 6 of force damage.
Okay.
Nice. Good job.
Second attack.
How much of that attack was piercing damage?
Why do you need to know?
Well, it would be for am I adding my favored foe to that too?
Yes.
Then
As well as whatever your...
it was the 22 then.
Okay, so...
Would have been magical piercing, right?
Yep. 22 plus, you said...
6.
Plus 6.
Okay, thank you.
6 of force.
Thank you. Okay, and your second attack?
Unnatural 20.
That hits.
Okay. Still favored foe, right? Do I get to do that every attack? The favored foe? D4? Trying to remember here.
I think it's once per round.
Let me see. Notes. First time on each of your turns. Yep.
Right, first time, right?
Yep. 15 points of magical piercing damage.
Okay, very good. So your two arrows pierce in and impact, and it rears back, though its body seems to amorphously absorb the blows and not take the full brunt of the magical arrows that issue forth from your bow. It is now...
How did I feel about the force damage one?
The force damage you felt like hit it solidly.
Okay.
It is now its turn. As it sees you, Hashin, and it disappears and reappears behind you and goes to pierce you with its tail. That is a 27 to hit. As the tail pierces through the small of your back and up through your stomach. I see your hand raised.
Just as the tail gets to stabbing him in the stomach, Vex will respond using his Channel of Divinity, Rebuke the Violent, as tree roots come up from around the rock and encapsulate Hashim momentarily, and the tail goes to poke through and misses. No, it doesn't miss yet.
If I cast shield, does it
He has
help?
to make a wisdom save, which is probably super high.
I have to make a wisdom save?
Yes.
Is this a magical effect?
It is not. It's a divine effect.
Okay. Then I do not have advantage. Unless one of the chat members want to. That is a 17.
Okay. Succeeds. So whatever damage he gives, he takes half that damage in radiant damage.
He takes half that in radiant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's cool.
So as he seeks to plunge you into darkness, you take 20 psychic damage, which, as the branches seek to shield the tail is able to pierce through, but there's a flash of light that leads to the creature letting out a ferocious yell, as it takes 20 points of radiant damage.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Doubled.
And it does not
Wish you
like
would've
that
thrown crazy paladin.
as at all. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Am I within 5 feet of dude face?
You are not.
Okay.
Dude face.
17.
17.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
We're in trouble.
It then seeks to fly back behind the rock and crouch.
Do I get...
You get an opportunity attack.
Okay. Alright. 23.
Hits?
Do I get to use the favored foe on this one?
No, because it's
Still
got to
the
come
same
back to
term?
your... Yeah.
Okay. 13 points of damage.
Okay, as you kind of take a quick shot with your bow, we'll just say for flavor, and you pierce it through the wing as it flies behind the stone. It is now Celine's turn. You are unable to see it, and therefore you are able to move freely.
I'm not seeing the vision things.
It is not currently in your view. It seems to be hiding.
Awesome.
You know
Okay.
where it is with your hex, though.
So even that's
Mhm.
oh no. So because I failed the save, I'm assuming then if I see it, it's gonna be that again. Okay. I am going to shake my head for a minute. I thought I saw okay, and then back into gear, and I'm going to quicken upcast bless.
Okay.
So that is, I think, how many do I need to get all of us? 3. You target, you can target. Okay, I'm gonna upcast bless at the 4th level. So that means 2nd level, 2 more. Okay, so 5 of us are getting blessed. Me, Hugo, Hasheen, and Ray, and Cacophony. So everyone but Vexel. You've got a
Okay.
+5, right?
What am I
Okay.
supposed to do again?
Bless is a D4 to attacks
hold on
and
now, hold on
saving
now.
throws.
Could have used this.
Hold
All
on
right.
now.
Are
Yep.
you staying there, Celine?
Well, that was my bonus action.
That's yep.
For my action, I will activate Emboldening Bond.
Bless is a bonus action.
I quickened it,
Oh, okay. Thank you.
so I'll take those down.
And you're activating emboldening a bond with whom? Which
Um,
basically doubles up bless for.
Yeah,
So
for 1.
yeah.
It's not bless is for every time, and Emboldening Bond can be used once per turn.
Yep.
And that's gonna be me.
Yep.
Vexel
Okay.
and Hasheen.
Very good.
What does that one do for me again?
It's basically bless, but you also get to use this for an ability check.
Yep.
Bless is
another
only
D4.
save or attack, but
All
okay.
right.
And I'm not seeing it. Did I see where it went? Nothing.
You watched it pierce through Hasheen, and then there was a flash of light that it recoiled from and almost fled back behind the rock formation upon which Hasheen stands.
Don't forget your rebukes.
Okay. Can I
All 6 of them.
back up a little bit, please?
You may. How far?
Unless it's immune to fire.
I don't want to go
One
that
way
way.
to find out.
If I could go the other direction.
Okay.
Almost as if like sheltering beside or behind the rock.
Okay.
So it'd be like more like looking at the screen north.
So there's a rock here, and then a bit of a pit.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not gonna go in the pit then.
Yeah.
Let's just
You're not in
that's
the
just
pit,
a
you're-
pit. I
you're
feel like
just
the rock would fall in the
down
pit
in the
there.
pit.
It's not like an endless pit. It's just a depression into the sand.
Okay, then I'll stay at the edge there.
Okay. Vex, you are up. As you feel the bond of Celine wash over you, you feel a strength and a boost to your abilities that you feel like you can marshal on command to assist you.
But this thing is gone
You don't see it anywhere.
Where did it-
You saw where it went
behind the rock.
behind the rock.
Okay. As a bonus action, I'm going to eat my food that I made.
Okay.
So I have 3 temporary hit points.
Skyrim food that's cheese wheels in the middle of combat. I have just the right solution.
Do you mock me?
Yes, but I want to see you do it because this is good.
Alright, you will not be the recipient of any
Do you mock me?
You.
good
You
help this
mock
round.
me?
You just fed
The
into
Paladin
his god
Oath of
complex.
Redemption says, I choose not to help you now.
Everyone's good except for you, Celine. Shut the F up. Do you mock me?
I am going to hold a spell cast
Okay, so you've been concentrating on a spell.
as soon as I see the creature. I will shout a command at it.
Okay. Very good. Ray. Well, I presume you're staying there, or are you moving?
I am no. I am in the right spot. Yes.
Okay. Ray, you are up.
Great. I would like to yip.
But I look around. I'm not just staring around the other rock. I'm looking at shadows all around this area.
Okay. You don't see any other threats.
Okay.
Yep, yep.
Okay. So Ray will rage.
Okay, you
Um,
rage, bonus action, and then activate your flying boots.
That's a free action, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah. When she sees the vision, she's just like, I fought things bigger than you and I killed them! And that's how she rages.
Okay.
Alright, and then I'll fly south. I should
Okay.
be able to get there.
Yep. So you go towards it.
Yeah.
Yep. It is large enough for you to kind of rest on the perch and attack, or to get right next to if you care to.
On the perch, I would get advantage, right? Because I'm above it.
Yes. For this large-sized creature, you are 5 feet above it. So,
I'm also flying.
Yep.
above it.
so
I'm just hovering right above the ground.
from a melee standpoint, yes, you would.
Awesome.
I would give you advantage.
So I will attack it then. Gonna great weapons master it.
Okay, so plus 10 minus 5.
19.
As the hammer swings through the air, it impacts solidly with the stone as your hammer passes right through the shadow and does not hit.
Seriously?
Yeah, you hit the stone at your feet as you swing
really well.
through.
All right. I'll second
Make your
attack.
second attack.
Ooh.
Are you great weapon mastering?
I will not.
Okay. As you
I should have.
fall through with
Oh,
the hammer, you bring your spear right around and go to jab it in the side
Does
of
a
the
32
throat.
hit?
As the 32 impales it in its scaly, leathery, scaly throat.
16 damage.
16 damage.
And
As the spear pierces through, you pull it out, and the form kind of seems to almost meld around your spear, diminishing the impact of the damage.
for action search, I would get an attack and a bonus attack, but my second attack isn't a bonus attack, so would I only get one attack?
You get one attack.
Okay,
Yep.
I will not action
Well,
search.
you have a multi-attack for your regular attack action. So you can make 2 attacks, yes?
If I action
So
surge,
you-
I get 2 attacks.
If you action surge, you get 2 more attacks.
Okay,
Yes.
good to know.
Yep.
I will not yet.
If you use a bonus action to attack, you only get 1 of those. That is not given back to you, if that makes sense.
Sure.
We'll walk you through it when we get there. All right. Back to the top of the round. Hugo, Celine, and Hasheen, I need each of you to make wisdom saving throws.
Again.
So I get
I'm
2d4s,
using an
right?
advantage.
Yep.
You can, yes. You're using an advantage, Hugo?
Yep.
Okay.
Wisdom, you said?
Yes.
22
Plus 5.
22.
plus 5, so it's 27.
Okay. That's a success.
I fail.
23.
Plus 5.
23.
Yeah.
That is a success. All
I
right.
think I still fail, honestly. 5, 10, 12. Yeah, 15. I still fail.
All right. Celine,
Oh, that's frustrating. these
your
are good rolls.
fear deepens as you begin to not just see what you saw before around the creature. You are now in that vision. Please describe your worst nightmare as it manifests around you.
I really owe you an apology after this. For stealing
Uh,
her diamond.
So as Celine's in the middle of the battlefield here, looking back and forth and trying to look for this creature, she looks back and suddenly the battlefield looks different. And she looks around again and now it's different again, and it looks like these very dark woods with trees that have just gotten flattened as if something just pushed them down, and torn and uprooted, very dark, very ominous. And in front of her is a group of bodies that are all torn apart. And the one immediately in front of her is choking and gasping and alive still. It's the face of her best friend, Brenneth. And she's choking, trying to speak, and blood is just flowing over her lips. And Celine looks down and her hands are shaking, but they were glowing with light, covered in her blood, trying to stabilize her. And at that, she would hear mocking, insidious laughter. That's almost impossible to tell the age of it. It's just deep, but it almost feels more like it bypasses your ears. It just slides right in and nestles along your brain like rock grating over rock. And she hears the voice mocking her. I can't do the voice, but it would be saying, "You are weak, and you are pathetic, and your light will go out, as has the life of your friends." And at that, she would realize that the wings that she manifested are almost disintegrating, like the feathers are falling away. And then she would become aware of the crippling agony in her back.
Good. All of this is as you've said, and we'll get to the consequence of that on your turn.
Yay! Can we kill it in one round?
Hugo,
We'll try.
Thanks, guys.
you are up.
All right, so I'm no longer paralyzed, correct?
You
With
do not
fear.
see, you do
I
not see it.
Okay. And I can see Ray, I assume, run to the top of the rock
Mm-hmm.
and
swing
I
swing.
flew to the top
Flew
of the
to the
rock.
top of the rock.
Yeah.
I didn't roll the wild magic surge.
Oh yeah, please do D20.
16.
You're good.
So Hugo will attempt to get up on top of the rock as well.
Okay, you just kind of rushing up.
He'll use his bonus action to blade sing, so he gets some little more movement. But and then
Okay.
yes,
Please roll an athletics check.
20.
You are able to get up without issue as you saw the handholds that Hashin used, and you kind of mimic that, except the spot where he kind of, the rocks kind of fell out as he grasped and fumbled up. You take a different handhold at the top, and you make your way up. For the sake of seeing the creature on the screen, I'm just going to move it out a little closer here. So. Go ahead and...
So how far away is Hugo from or how close can he get to the creature?
You can get within 5 feet of it.
Okay. So then Hugo will cast... Actually, I don't know if I can do that. I cannot because it's 2 bonus actions. Darn it. All right, then. What he will do is...
The shadowy creature is crouched
I know
and
what
looking up and has just kind of dodged out of one of the attacks of Ray before being pierced through the throat. As you emerge, it kind of one set of its eyes looks up at you while the other set continues to look at
Yep.
Ray.
We're going to cast Chromatic Orb at level 4.
Okay.
And we're going to make it cold.
Okay. So you infuse the cold energy into your focused diamond, kind of at the hilt of your sword, and you blast it straight forth into the creature.
22.
22 hits.
Oh my gosh. 17.
17, huh?
We're gonna die.
1, 2, 4, and an 8.
The cold blasts into the side, almost the left ribs of the creature as you catch it off guard by discharging this spell so close to it. And the full blast of the cold hits it and seems to connect and do the full damage. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Cacophony, it is your turn.
All right. So I'm assuming I noticed that Hugo just hit the creature, so we kind of have a sense of where it is.
Ray and Hugo
it's-
both seem to be
yes.
attacking it on the other side of the rock.
Hex
Yep.
should tell her where it is.
You also have an innate sense of its presence from your hex. Hunter's Mark is really...
Am I conflating
yeah,
the
it does, but that's fine.
two?
A
Done.
ranger would conflate that. That's fine.
Especially a warlock ranger.
That's right. That's right.
It's the
No.
same thing, I think.
I thought you were a
basically.
sorcerer.
Also that.
Um,
And once you smite, a paladin.
Yeah.
Just
You're about
wait.
to need another sorcerer.
I'd like to try and move around
Oh, yeah.
the rock. I have 30 feet,
Yeah, get out of here.
so I don't know if that's quite enough to
30
see it.
gets
Get
you
away
there.
from me.
You kind of rush and turn, and
don't
you
think I can run.
see the
All
creature
right.
just as it's being blasted by Hugo with this cold
to
that
us.
kind of spiders out along its rib cage and then kind of dissolves into the heat of the confluence.
All right, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast again.
Okay.
Hopefully
Yeah,
this
come
time I hit.
on.
Sure.
Oh,
Nope.
that one does not hit.
The first Eldritch Blast looks like it should have hit, but you in fact
Somebody give me
impact
advantage.
onto a solid
Twice.
scale plate armor that doesn't do any damage to it. Your second attack,
18.
again, the same spot.
Wait, is she rolling with,
impacting
are you rolling
on-
with Bless?
You forgot your D4s.
I'm not.
Your
Should've
first
blessed
one
me.
wouldn't have mattered, but your second one could.
Yeah.
Well, no, it would. You have to at least roll a 1.
19 missed.
Oh.
So that was 18 plus 3.
21 hits.
Woo!
All right.
Knowing
Win for me! Because I'm not
Thank
doing
you.
That's
anything.
right. Knowing that there was a solid impact, you slightly adjust your aim to a spot that you think seems less armored, and there you find the opening that you sought as it blasts apart some of the
I got them. They're new.
chocolate brown flesh of the creature as a deep crimson ooze begins to pour forth. How much damage do you do?
21, including the
21.
hex.
Okay, very good. As there is the choke of this energy around its throat, which seems to squeeze even more life out of it. Very good. Hashim, it is your turn.
I would like to saunter on over to the edge and look down at it.
You.
And I would like to inspect. How's it looking? Any weak spots that I can take advantage of?
It looks like it's taken some hits, and you can roll a perception check.
Cocked. 25.
There don't seem to be weak spots per se. You could try targeted shots to...
I'm going to shoot off a wing, just like I did with the Jabberwock.
You think perhaps with a
One of its eyes?
strong enough blast,
So I was just thinking.
you might be able to do that. Calling your shot will raise the... Well, you're a sharpshooter, but mechanically calling your shot will slightly raise, for you, less than it otherwise would. But with that perception, you do see, floating around in the mist, the face of your mother, screaming out in agony.
I passed twice now. Does it keep happening?
This isn't a nightmare.
Okay.
This seems to have been something that it now possesses in its shadowy form. Seems to have extracted your nightmare from you.
Oh,
Even when
no.
I passed
Oh,
both
boy.
times.
Oh no! Oh
Interesting.
no!
You
I'm
failed
out.
the first time.
No, I did not. I rolled a 23.
When it pierced you through with the tail,
Okay.
you failed.
Different story.
Yeah.
Okay. So I passed, failed,
Roll
passed.
deception against
Correct.
the DM.
Got it. All right.
What are you talking about, Matt? That never happened. Let's all gaslight him.
Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna shoot it.
Yeah.
Nothing
Call
I
your
can
shot,
do with
Babe
that.
Ruth. You got it.
I am
I'm
going
cheering
to
you
try
on.
to shoot off
Scarily.
its left wing.
Please make your attack.
And I am going to sharpshoot it too.
Okay.
Going big.
You're going big or
Come
going
on,
home?
buddy. I
have
Minus
go home. I have two
5
D4s on it,
plus
right?
10.
We got to get it before it comes back around to Celine.
Okay.
This is gonna be hilarious.
I'm down. Like, honestly.
You're fine.
That was 30 points
You're
to
fine.
start.
18 on the first one.
18. The shot goes wide
Okay.
as
Normal.
you miss.
Normal
You've
one here.
used.
Is that where
did
the
you
bucket
use your
went?
extra bonded D4?
Yes.
So
I
you do
only
not
get
have
one
that now. You only have
Yep.
one now.
Oof.
Ugh.
Well, actually, this might hit 20.
20. The second you adjust, and you don't hit
next
in
to
the joinder of wing to central body, but you do hit it in the
don't think
shoulder
so.
area, taking its damage.
Am I not
12.
12. Okay. Again, its amorphous form seems to absorb the arrow, dealing less damage than it otherwise might, as it looks up at you and with a wry smile shifts its focus over to Hugo as the tail rears up
Do I see the tail?
and goes to attack Ray.
Wait. Do I see the tail go up?
You do not from the angle of where you are behind the stone.
It's at disadvantage.
It rolls at disadvantage, yes.
I hope I just
18 to hit.
like that.
Okay. It goes for a second attack against you with its tail.
Still at disadvantage.
Yep, that's cocked.
That seems. Oh.
That isn't. It's a 21 to hit.
That.
Okay. I
like
need
it.
you to make a wisdom saving throw. As
Yes,
it-
wrap something fierce, right?
as it seeks to plunge you into
She should be a
darkness.
bard.
Crit fail.
Flight it.
Okay, you take 20 points of psychic
Oh my
damage.
gosh, you guys!
And as it pierces up into your stomach, you feel something extracted from you
Oh, no.
as it
Yeah, I figured.
Do I see it? Do that?
you do not, as it teleports.
I figured.
And you can roll a perception check, however.
Where are you that you don't see anything?
In the middle of everything. Staring at.
Behind
locations.
large
I see, yeah.
stones. Roll your perception check.
15.
15. It is. You heard something that a sound of a flash or teleportation. You surmise since you heard it before. You don't see where it went to, however. It is now Celine's turn. Celine,
I don't want it to be my turn. Skip. I skip.
you are still in your dream.
Mm-hmm.
Please use your action to try to save Brenneth.
Okay. Gosh, you're the worst. That's gonna be. Well, I don't know honestly if she could do that. I'm just trying to figure out what healing spell I'd be using. That makes the most sense. I guess she would try her lay on hands since she's sitting in front of her.
Your hands are already glowing
Mhm.
with radiant energy, so use your
It's
action.
alright, stay with me, it's alright.
Okay. She looks up at you.
It's alright, hey, look at me, it's alright. Shut up, shut up, shut up! It's alright, stop! It's alright!
You lay on hands. Doesn't seem to work. No. You cast Healing Word with your bonus action at 4th level.
Are you for real right now?
Mhm.
Oh, no! Okay.
Please make a wisdom saving throw.
+5.
Come on, guys. Get on board with the program. 8, 9, 12,
You're-
17.
She looks at you. It's not working as the blood bubbles forth from her slowly clenching mouth. Vex, you're up.
At least she didn't take damage.
I just need counseling.
You take 20 points of psychic damage.
Shut up, are you for real?
No, I just heard what he
You
said.
took my 4th level?
I'm joking.
You took my feature! This sucks, I hate this game. This is the worst game ever.
Is she making noises?
Um,
Like painful noises? Struggling
yes, you
noises?
hear what she spoke. Hold on, I'm going to save you. You hear her say that.
In front of you, you would see her hands are out, trembling.
Just casting spells on nothing?
Yeah.
Slacker.
It's the desert heat, you know.
I will move up to her.
Mirage.
And would like to
Smack her
Um,
back of the head.
see if I can hear anything of where he is, that thing is, or sense.
Roll a perception
She's
check.
still making noises.
And please roll a perception check.
Hey. 32.
Must be nice to roll high.
You don't see the creature, but you do see the wispy shadow that seems to be emanating behind the rock just to the north of you.
Oh crap. I will rotate around, Celine.
Spin move.
You see on the opposite side of this,
Oh, I want to be in between the shadow and Celine, or is there something there?
there's a pit
Okay, I'm sorry.
that is between you
I don't
that
know. That's
you
a
can't
pit.
you
Yeah,
can't
I'm
see
just doing
the
nothing but
bottom
dying.
of,
Can I have something?
though you don't presume it's bottomless.
This is what you've driven me to! This is what you've driven me to!
That's been here.
Can you throw me a Twizzler?
No, I'm not! Shut up!
Hell
You're playing
no.
the
I've
game!
been Tootsie Rolls
You
here
should have
every
thought about
week
that,
'cause I
Mr.
didn't
DM.
know
If you
them.
wanted
I
nice
love Tootsie
treats,
Rolls.
you should have played nice! What we learned.
Pass it over
Pass
here.
it over.
Oh, do you want a Tootsie Roll?
No, thank you.
I'm gonna grab something, but I'll let you. Yeah.
Hey Jake, can I have a Twizzler?
Go ahead, Asheen, do it.
It depends.
Thank you, Ray.
Depends how hard I get to throw it at you.
How dare you, you traitor!
All right, so now do I see
traitor.
it from where I am?
You are aware it's. Thank you.
Don't
Or
worry,
where
I
it's there.
spit on that one.
Good. Make a wisdom saving throw, Matt. You see your worst fear. You didn't get a Twizzler at all.
Oh, gummy jelly ranch. Those are good.
I don't think they're gummy. I think they're just straight up Jolly
Do I
Ranchers.
think I what? Do I know what kind of creature this is?
Just square.
Um,
Can I check its
It-
creature type?
it seems draconic to you.
Is that it? Doesn't seem like a fiend or anything.
Are you using your ability to sense fiends?
No, I'm trying to use my knowledge to see if I know if it
I'm
might
my
be.
brain. In my flailing, I guidance you by
Roll
accident.
a history, insight, or investigation, whichever you prefer.
No. Okay, I will. I will lay on hands
Too juicy.
and restore as much that leaves my body to fill her up, to heal her.
30.
Yep. So you restore her to full health with 30 points of healing.
I'm traumatized, but feeling pretty good.
And then I will.
Oh, now I'm rolling good. Save that.
I will
Can you give me an
cast
encouraging pat?
Sanctuary on her.
Okay.
As the when I do some of these things, are there clovers growing up from the ground at all?
When you cast Sanctuary, her feet are covered with a leafy moss.
Are you a leprechaun?
All right, so the moss comes up from the ground and covers your fetal region, and that will give me an abjuration shield. I don't even know how to keep this on here, but I have temporary hit points.
I presume you've chosen the wizard
Abjuration.
subclasses of Abjurer.
That's right.
Woo!
And that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. It is
Oh,
now
Steve.
Ray's turn.
Okay.
You're good.
Can
got you,
I
buddy.
fly over to it?
Roll a perception check to see if you know where it went.
Oh, did it magically teleport?
It did.
Oh no, it's here.
21.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You look over in the direction of Celine and Vex, and you see the wispy shadow, and you're able to...
Stay in one spot!
What's your range of
45 feet.
flight?
A big ass rock.
That's 45 feet is to there.
That's fine. I'll throw a, is this ranged? Is Thunder Fist ranged?
It has a 10-foot
I'm more than
distance,
10
I
feet.
believe. You are 15 feet away from it.
Alright, I'll throw a... Go Sammy!
Okay? As your ancestor who's been training you in the fighting arts emerges a
enough
large
sugar.
jawbone of a dragon in hand, he steps out and with one giant lunge of his body, he swings it overhead.
I'm gonna recklessly so I get the advantage. Because I wouldn't get advantage because I'm not over it.
Correct.
Should have grabbed weapons it. 29 to hit.
29 hits. As the spectral jawbone is brought down, it smashes into the creature.
17 damage.
As it reels under the weight of the blow, taking the damage.
Second one.
Second attack.
20 to hit.
20 hits. As Sammy again unleashes another blow, and this time in kind of a backhand action, takes it across the other side of the face.
That's what I'm talking about.
18 damage.
18 damage. As it shakes its head as Sammy disappears and kind of looks up at you, and its eyes go from you over towards Vex and Celine.
Nice.
Word.
Word up, dog.
Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right, at the top of the round, I need Ray, Celine, Hugo, and Hashin to make wisdom saving throws.
Every time, huh?
Still get +5?
No.
No.
Only
getting +5?
Celine does.
Come on!
You have to be within 10 feet. of me.
25.
5. All
So
right.
feel free to leave my range whenever you feel like it.
15. Okay.
Finally. 24.
32.
24. All right. Your state does not deepen, Celine. Ray, you are now afraid.
I can't get closer.
You are effectively grappled and frightened.
Oh, wait. Needs to make a wisdom save because she's sanctuaried.
Is that? Yeah, am I being targeted?
Yes.
It
With a
is,
harmful spell.
it's not a spell. This is a feature of the creature.
I hate being
Features of the creature.
Mm-hmm. The Crete
I don't-
feet.
So it's not casting a spell. This is part of its aura.
So mine didn't
So-
deepen, but I didn't break out of it.
Correct. You have to do that as an intention. Like, you have to be able to...
But once you're deep into it, you're not going to be aware enough to try that. Yeah.
That's why I'm still having you roll your
Yeah.
saves.
That makes sense.
Yep.
I wouldn't think, you know, I should try and just shake myself.
Tootsie Roll says she's out.
Yeah,
I mean Twizzler.
I do like
Your
this.
mom.
All right. So you who failed, that would be Ray and Hugo. You rolled high.
25.
Hashin, you rolled
32.
32, and Celine, you rolled high this time.
I did.
Right.
24.
So Ray, you take 20 points of psychic damage. And you are, like I said, you are afraid. All right, Hugo, it is now your turn.
All right. I critted for my perception check.
Okay, you're aware of its
All right,
location.
then Hugo will run, jump off the rock. He
Yep.
will use
You're
his...
still blade singing. You
Yep.
turn around and Hashin's kind of standing next to you, and you just kind of like look at him and wink and just shoo, rush past him.
40 feet can get me up on the other rock.
40 feet gets you right to there.
Okay.
Let me make sure.
That's what he wanted.
Roll an athletics check.
Not very
appearing on the
good.
side of a rock.
Athletics 9.
9. You go to parkour up the rock, and you hit a bit of an outcropping that breaks, and so you land on your feet, unable to finish
All right.
with your momentum at the top of
Then
the
I
rock.
will use my new rogue trait, and I will bonus action dash
And
and get up there.
you catch yourself, and with a spring in your step, you launch yourself back up, and you are now standing face to face
Yeah.
with the creature as it is kind of coming up from behind the rock.
And we are now going to use a 3rd level chromatic orb cold again.
Okay? Go ahead and make your attack.
24.
24 hits. As you blast it with the freezing energy through
That's better.
your
24.
spell. 24, that is much better. It recoils at the pain of the cold coursing through its body momentarily before it kind of shakes it off and looks at you and Celine and Vex as its eyes are kind of going in different directions. It pays Ray no heed.
It's like Crazy Eyes from, was that Big Daddy?
Cacophony, you're up.
Richard
All right.
Gage.
So. I don't want to. Well, I guess I'll go up like through the path between the two rocks so that I
Okay,
can
you
see
kind of
it
turn
again.
around and rush north,
Yep.
and you're able to see its presence. I'm not making you roll perception because enough of your allies made the perception check, and you're now aware of them all fighting on the opposite side of
Okay.
this formation.
And how close am I to it?
You are now within. You are 20 feet away from it.
Okay. I'm going to do Eldritch Blast again.
Okay. You unleash your
Shoot it in the
Eldritch
face.
Blast.
And I'm going to go for the purple eyes, or try to aim for the purple eyes.
Don't forget your D4.
Okay. This
Yes.
enhances your calling your shot,
need
so
it.
the DC is slightly higher.
Oh, you might need it.
Oh,
26.
Hits. See how much damage you do.
Alrighty.
What'd you roll on the D4?
4.
Nice. It's nice to feel like I did something.
It wouldn't have hit without that.
Yay!
Uh,
I don't mean to be arrogant, guys, but I feel like I'm kind of carrying us.
12 for the first one.
Okay. So 12 points of damage. The right eye on the purple eye, which is the one that's kind of farther back on the snout, gets impacted by your blast, and the eyelid quickly covers it, but the eyelid itself is kind of blasted away, and the eye is exposed. Are you trying to hit it
Boxer.
once more? The eye itself has not been destroyed, but it looks very hurt.
Alright, yeah, I'm going to go for it again.
Okay, go ahead and make your
poke it.
Yeah, for real.
make your second
D4.
attack.
17.
Would they be
This
4?
time you make your attack and it just sails over the head as it knows that you've been firing 2 blasts at a time. The first hits it and it's ready for the second one as it ducks down and the blast sails over its head.
Okay.
Machine.
Is this rock higher than the rock they're on? Like, can I see it?
Given your sharpshooter ability, you do have a target.
Gonna cast Fairy Fire on it.
Okay, you cast Fairy Fire upon it. I need to make a dex save.
Mm-hmm.
This is a magical effect, so I have advantage. That is a 23.
Fails. That's all I can do.
It is now up.
You're doing really poorly.
1, 2, 3, 4. That is a 4. Cacophony turns to you
Uh-oh.
and just walks up and goes to impale you with its tail.
It rolls at disadvantage because I hit it, and if it hits Cacophony, she gets resistance to the damage.
Okay.
I've been waiting. I've had this for so long, and we always have so many monsters. I never get to use it.
It's 24 to hit.
It hits.
Yes, it does.
But it gets resistance.
You, as it plunges you into darkness, you take 20 points of psychic damage, halved down to 10. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Roll better than a 17. You get your D4.
26.
You resist the effect. It does not steal your dreams.
Oh, good.
Oh,
As it
now I
makes
have no ambition.
a second attack against you with its tail.
Still at disadvantage.
It's a natural 1. With
The
this
tail falls off?
as it goes to
Wow, that's lucky.
as it goes to pierce you again, you sidestep it, and the feathers around its throat seem to tense as it flails for a moment, and kind of it flies back. It looks out over all of you and dives into the sands and disappears.
Okay.
You are out of combat.
Am I?
Do I know that my dream was stolen?
You saw your mom's face floating with it.
So I don't. That means nothing yet until I don't have that dream. Okay.
Oh, which...
Oh, this is good therapy.
You don't know what that means.
Yeah. Right.
You are out of combat. You are free to have any conversation you wish.
What am I doing?
You, Celine, you watch as Celine is continuing to try to triage an individual who is not there. Celine, roll a wisdom save to see if you succeed.
Am I still +5? 20. Did I fail?
You succeed.
Oh.
20 is
Because I wouldn't know how to
success.
get you out of this.
I know, right?
You
I
are.
just hit you until you're down.
Yeah. Fair enough.
You realize after you try to heal your friend again and again and again, you finally come to a point of clarity. And you shake your head. And her gurgling form fades away like ash into the sooty sands around you. And you find yourself very disorientingly back in the midst of your friends who are all kind of looking around, waiting to see if your attacker will return, but it doesn't seem to be about.
Do I still hear that voice of the creature?
The voice has faded.
What happened?
Did anyone else see something strange?
Were we attacked?
Well, yeah, but I saw something that I don't think was here, but it's kind of disturbing. Did anyone else see anything? Please, anyone see anything?
I saw something scary.
I thought I was somewhere else.
Nope. I saw a nightmare of a dragon playing all kinds of tricks on us.
So it wasn't real then. It was all in our head.
It's cool,
You know what
Minnie.
it kind of almost looks like? It almost looks like the hyena from Lion King with spikes in a different color, but like the face looks like the hyena.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool little mini
Little hyena face.
called a nightmare dragon.
That's cool.
I don't like this place. Can we please move?
I
Please.
would make my way over to
Yeah,
the
I
group.
don't think what I saw is as scary as what you saw. But what you saw seems really scary.
I don't want to be here anymore. Can we please move?
Yeah, because it's back in the ground, and that's what I saw hopping and jumping. We should probably keep moving.
I guess
You-
we keep going.
You hurry on south. And the night comes. Do you press on towards the oasis, or do you take the rest and arrive in the morning?
Yeah, y'all. I think we should take a rest. After what I saw today, I could use some moments to myself.
I don't think there's any benefit to rushing if we're this close.
Are we still outside?
You are still in the Cinder Wastes.
Is there?
It seems to be several hours journey more based off of the map and where you think you are.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see it, but you think you're close based off of the geographic markings and the distance that Greer told you it was. You get the sense you could press on for several more hours and make it, though at the cost of potential exhaustion, before you would reach the oasis.
We don't know what we're going to find there.
I would think probably
Yeah.
rest.
Clearly, we don't know what we're gonna find out here either.
You're right.
But all right.
I'd like to have a chance to fight my way out in either scenario.
All right. Plus, I have a story to tell.
Awesome.
Where are we resting? Because we're not going to rest here.
Can we find a, like,
You roll a survival check, Ranger.
do I still get that D4?
No, that's been. I presume we've been walking.
This is several hours later. What's a natural one?
I get
Can
I get
also
sand in
look?
my eye.
You walk us right back to the same exact spot.
gun!
We end up in
So
Greer's
much
tower.
dust. Yeah.
Somehow.
Somehow.
He said they'd be keeping tabs on us.
Sure, Ray, you can roll survival.
DM pity. Love it.
11.
You find a
So
large
much sand.
You find a large
More,
rock,
right?
which seems to provide some cover. It's not a cave or anything. That would be wholly kind of covering and surrounding your group, but it would be enough to at least cover some directional viewpoints. You camp down there for the evening. Is there anyone taking watch?
I don't. Yeah, I'm
staying
watching
up.
the whole time,
I'm not sleeping.
all night.
You're not sleeping, Celine?
Mm-mm.
You're gonna. Okay, hold on.
Spells.
Listen, Celine.
No, I'm not like going to sleep right away. Is what I'm saying. I would go to sleep after, but
Okay.
If you need, I will stay by your side so you can feel comfortable. But I will be awake all night paying attention.
I appreciate
Seems that this goblin body does not get tired.
that. I just don't think I'd be able to. If you don't mind, I'll just keep watch with you.
What happened back there?
I thought, I don't know.
You were in a very stressful situation, I can tell, and you were utilizing your magic as deep as you could, but there was nothing around you. It was all
I saw.
a projection.
I know, but it felt surreal. It was like, I don't know. It felt like it was all happening again.
Again.
Well, yeah. Again. This happened before. It's I don't know, possibly the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Oh, you know what? Let me amend that. It was the start of the worst years of my life. And we're not out of them yet, so it's just been...
Yes. The reason why I told part of my story earlier was so that you would understand that I can sympathize and I can listen if you need to talk about it to assist in your recovery, because we clearly need you moving forward. You've come out of it once before, yes? The last time it happened?
Most of me.
You will come out of it again, and you will be fully restored.
That's the thing, though. It's just, it hasn't... The whole restoration thing is just not happening. And I don't think it's going to happen for a bit. And I accept that. Sometimes that's all you can do in your circumstances, but... I don't know, have you ever felt, not from emotion, but physically been just utterly powerless and reduced to a shadow of what you were by something that you couldn't stop? It's just very
Yes.
splintering. I don't know if that's the word I'd use. It splinters who you are as a person.
I am sorry you're going through this again.
It was just a vision, right? I don't know. It's just hard to sleep after. I used to have a lot worse nightmares about it, but I figured out a potion recipe that helps with that, so I'm doing that a lot.
One thing that I have learned in getting through my splintering is that it helps to say things out loud. You don't even have to say it to anyone. Is there someone that you pray to?
Have you ever heard of the god Ilmater?
I'm sorry, no.
He's the Faerunian god of suffering, of endurance, and martyrdom.
Well, that makes sense.
I know, I'm right. I'm on theme, aren't I?
Sure. And does he help you?
I thought for years that he wasn't, but well, I guess this was before you joined us. But there was a time when we were walking. This is when Vex was still in that body, or Helgi. Actually, I can't remember.
Do you find it strange that he was named Vex as well?
I did.
Anyway,
no,
let's move on.
No, I thought that was interesting. We'll dig into your trauma after mine. we'll do like, what's the thing they do in therapy? Like, I'm holding the talking stone, and then I'm gonna pass it to you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was walking with the group, and well, it's embarrassing to say this, but I don't know. Have you? I suppose not. Have you ever fallen away from your faith or doubted?
Well, I have not had much at all until right before I appeared inside of this body. I did not pray previously, no. And I have actually, in my recollection, I'm not quite sure I've ever really prayed, but, no, go ahead.
Well, that was a big part of my upbringing. See, I was recognized from a very young age as being an Asama, which is usually a sign of some sort of divine appointment or something. So, my parents sent me to be raised in the House of the Broken God, which is a very famous, very large, established monastery dedicated to the Triad gods. I'm not going to tell you about them, but Ilnate is one of them, and is a very large gathering of faith and practice there. And really recognized as some of the best healers in the land, and that's where I grew up. I was studying. It was every morning waking up at 5 a.m. praying first, going to break the fast with the other priests, taking out food and medicines to the nearby communities, studying all sorts of advanced healing techniques and discussing our teachings and preaching to one another in the evening times. It was the most peaceful, beautiful time of my life. And I suppose, being the Asama in the place, everyone sort of treated me like, you know, the precious child in the group. And goodness, I love those times. So my faith was very strong. And, well, it was strong up until a point where I was around 20, I think, at the time. I just started going out with a few of the other priests and my guardian, St. Ivan, who's a paladin, actually, to a neighboring town that had started experiencing the rise of very strange, violent crimes and sicknesses and decay, and even the woods around were dying. And as the most premier healers in the region, they asked us to send aid. So it's one of my first excursions. I went out with my best friend Brenneth and Ivan and a few of the other priests. We didn't really think much of it, you know. Sometimes villages can exaggerate if it's a wave of normal sickness, but it always paid to be cautious. But no amount of caution would have helped us for what happened. We hadn't even reached the town yet, and in the middle of the night we were just attacked by this monstrous creature. It's horrifying to even think about it. Clearly fiendish of some nature, commanding a whole battalion of forces with it, and they set upon us in the middle of the night, and well, they went through us like a hot knife through butter. There was nothing I could do. That was the first time I ever manifested, it's called, when Asama channels the divine spirit within them, and they exhibit the characteristics like wings and a halo and a glow. But normally they say that's supposed to strengthen you and your connection with your deity, but the thing that was leading them saw that and just laughed. And in that split second, it struck me down. cleaved open my entire back with its sword. They said afterwards that I was split down to the bone, from neck to waist. And they said you could see my vertebrae. And all I could do is just lay there bleeding. And it taunted me. Taunted Ilmater, taunted me being a chosen one, taunted my strength. And then it told me it would see me again someday. And it disappeared. My recovery was just brutal. I woke up back at the Abbey. They'd only just managed to stabilize me from dying. 6 of my friends were slaughtered. My friend Brenneth was in a coma. Said I was lucky that I didn't stay in mine. I couldn't walk for months. I had to depend on my dear friends and family for support of every need. I couldn't dress myself, I couldn't feed myself. And I was just in crippling agony. Because this thing cursed me as I lay there dying. Because it wasn't enough just to kill me. It had to do it. It had to hurt me as much as it possibly could. I don't even know, looking back, if it even wanted me to die. I think it wanted me to hang on or be brought back by the barest of slivers so I could experience the gift it had given me, it said. And I had fits after that for years where I was in constant pain and the wound on my back never heals, never closes all the way. Always in agony, the slightest move it sets it off. But there would be times when, randomly, it was like a fist clenching your spine and twisting. And I would start seizing, and I'd just fall to the ground in a fit. And I'd hear it. In those moments I'd hear it again, taunting me. All sorts of vile things. And you have to understand, Vex, I lived in the most premier healing house in Faerun. And in the beginning, the first few months, I thought, you know, my god is a god of suffering, of martyrdom, and of mercy. Maybe this period is just a test, right? Like, it's just maybe so I can empathize more fully with people that need healing and are sick like that. But surely after a few months, you know, the priest would find a cure. They'd be able to remove the curse, close the wound, and my life would go back to normal. And that's what everyone told me. They said it would be fine, just hang in there. It's a test, it's a chance for you to prove your dedication. I believed them, and I thought, you know what? If I have that hope, I can do it. If I just have that hope, I can make it through this. And then the months turned into years. I could barely even leave the temple. I could barely even walk upright. And then people started to talk around us. You know, the neighboring community. Maybe she'd done something wrong. Maybe she'd offended her god. Maybe this was some sort of rightly and divine punishment that she deserved. And then they avoided me. People that I had spent years tending to and treating and encouraging. Treated me like I was a plague. And after enough years, I got a little tired of that. And of the pity, I guess, from everyone in the Abbey. That there was nothing that they could do. So I left. The only home I'd really ever known, I just left. I suppose I understand why your story comes in. Because I thought maybe if I'm just drunk all the time, I won't feel the pain. If I just stay drunk, right? What was yours of choice?
whatever I found in the alleys.
Yeah, that was me too. We probably passed each other at some point if you ever visited.
I doubt you were in Midgard much.
I don't
Or
know, I was so
Eberron.
drunk all the time, I honestly might have been. Who knows? No way of knowing. And that didn't help. So I started trying to finesse some potions I like to brew. That was something that we were educated in growing up. And I thought maybe I could just brew some sort of strong pain reliever that might blunt it, the edge, a bit. And that took years, but eventually I managed to create a potion recipe that, well, I guess it's the closest I've ever come to mitigating some of the pain. But it's always there still. I feel it now, even. It feels like somebody's just burning my spine. But it's the only thing that even takes even the slightest edge off of it. And the ingredients to make it, they're so costly, they're so rare. They're only really commonly found in the city of Brass. So, that's how I arrived there. I told them, you know what, I'll put up with your disgusting institution of slavery and pit fighting, and I'll endure being treated like a slave, and I'll sit in this little hovel of a clinic, and I'll treat day in and day out all the injured people fighting for nothing, for no reason whatsoever. If you just give me access to the petals that I need for that recipe. They must have thought that was funny. So that's what I did for years. And I guess it's been a long time, a couple of years, since I heard that thing's voice. I'm shaking right now just talking about it. It's pathetic.
While she's telling the story and looking away from me, I'm gonna cast Sleep and Calm Emotions in consecutive ways to try and just get her to slowly relax and go to sleep.
As your spells are cast, and Celine
I can't say words. In
finishes her
response.
story, she holds up a little bottle, kind of looks at it wistfully, shakes her head, yawns, puts it down, looks at you and kind of nods her head with a note of thanks for listening. You kind of look at her and nod back as she turns over and lays down and goes to sleep. Each of you, while you sleep and slumber, find your rest, with the exception of Ray and Hasheen, who have the worst nightmares
Oh crap.
you've ever had.
Oh boy.
And that's where we'll
Not
pick
quite.
up our session.
Not
next
me!
week.
Yay!
Sweet.
I mean, oh no. That's awful.
Thank you guys for sticking around. We're going to give away
Great
our
story, dude.
second set of dice and or
Tough life.
the
Yeah, that's
gift card to DM's Guild. Who won the first?
Jeff.
Jeff. Did he want the dice or a
Evil
gift
Jeff
card?
T. Root.
Okay, so we'll follow up with him. So there will be another set of dice, which I forgot to put out. That's why you don't see it there. Usually it's rotating, and I apologize. Or a gift card, $5 gift card to DM's Guild. If you would like your, there you are, Jeff. Dice. Do you want the yellow ones or a different random set? Please let us know. If you would like your chance to win the other set of dice that Jeff doesn't choose, maybe someone can just grab a set of dice out of the bag over there real quick. If you would like your chance to win dice or a gift card, Jeff says random. He says yellow is for sissies.
Hey!
It's a bag top right. Type into the chat right now, !nightmare. NIGHTMARE. !nightmare for your chance to win those dice. !nightmare. No. It's okay. !nightmare for your chance to win either the yellow dice or a gift card. Please stay in the chat and we will make that drawing when the stream closes. We hope to see you next Tuesday when you pick up the story here. Alternatively, you can join us this Thursday night as we continue the Candlekeep Accords storyline. Lots of fun things going on there.
I get to be happy. That's my favorite part. Oh no.
Thank you. Ooh, these are pretty. A cool set of cobalt turquoise marbleized dice. That will be yours, Jeff. So enjoy these. And the yellow ones or the gift card. !nightmare. So stick around. We'll do that drawing here in a moment. We hope that you join us this Thursday, and if not, certainly next Tuesday night when we'll pick up our story right here as we continue to loot, die, and repeat. Have a good night, everyone. Cheers.